On the other side, it'll be Connor Crawdads at second base, batting first.
We've been waiting for this a long time. The Blues are bringing a 3-0 record into the game today.
First base.
3 from Lincoln.
Sacramento the weekend. Tate Samuels.
They are raring to go this afternoon. We'll get the game underway in the first 3 moments.
Batting seventh will be Gianni Bloom, the teammate. And then Thomas Trinka in right field batting eighth. And then Ruben Mercado.
A couple of reminders. It is a policy that masks will be worn unless you are eating or drinking. We appreciate your cooperation to keep us all safe. So if you're in line available on both sides of the stadium, the first base side and the third base side. So you can go to get your loose pricing on either side.
So there's
and Fables by
any other school in the state.
$3.
And most around the country as well. So those are the lineups for both teams.
We got the SLO Blues Youth Camp.
With the first
Got 2 of them on there with July, the 6th, 7th, 8th in St. Louis, and the Pascadero on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Great way for a young boy or girl to spend 3 days learning basics of baseball, as well as sportsmanship, team play, coaching information on the SLO Blues Youth Camp. Stop at the marketing tent and say, give me some information on the SLO Blues Youth Camp. You can also check out the information on the youth camp on our website, bluesbaseball.com. Old SLO Barbecue serving food tonight out of the snack bar windows directly below us. They will not be serving out of the barbecue area or on the third base side. So if you're standing in line,
it's opening day here at beautiful Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo, California. With temperatures in the high 90s, we welcome you to opening day. The SLO Blues entered today 3-0 off of a dominant road trip up in Lincoln, California, up by Sacramento. The Blues went 15-5 in Game 1, winning 14-3 in Game 2, and then a close one down the stretch, eventually winning and completing the series sweep 8-6. They come in undefeated and welcome in the Walnut Creek Crawdads from the CCL Northern Division. They come in 5-2, 2-2 in conference play, and the Blues offense has never looked better. 37 total runs, over 49 hits against the Potters overall. Highlights including home runs hit by Ryan Cermak, Austin Shell, Mason Grotto leading the team with 12 RBIs compiled through 3 games, and TJ Clarkson leading the team in batting average with a minimum of 11 at-bats at .545. The Blues have 3 players batting over 500 on the season so far, and on the mound today, they welcome Caden Sheedy to the Blues roster. Caden, a local kid out of Cal Poly SLO, redshirt freshman, who just joined the team today and will make the start here in the home opener. And talking to Coach Bob Miller before this one and asking what he needs from Caden, he said 3 or 4 clean innings. We haven't asked anyone to finish a game so far, and that's what we saw if you joined us in Lincoln. The starters going through 3 innings, relatively clean, and the offense providing them a more than needed cushion to come out with 3 straight victories. As for this pitching staff, through 3 games, we mentioned it. They haven't been half bad. Through 27 innings pitched, only 20 hits allowed, 14 total runs. The walks a little higher than Coach Miller would like to see, coming in at 16, not striking too many guys out, but 33 strikeouts overall. The highlight in Coach Miller's eyes, 4 extra base hits allowed. That's it. An ERA slightly over 4.3 for the entire pitching staff so far. We saw a lot of arms, all the lefties making their debuts against Lincoln, and every starter being rock solid. The same is expected today from Caden Sheedy, and here's how the Blues will line up. Their infield defense has been terrific. Connor Costeca manning second base. He'll lead it off today. Austin Shell doing the catching. Ryan Cermak batting third. He's been in that spot in the lineup all season so far, playing center field. TJ Clarkson will bat clean up and play first base. Mason Grotto, the RBI man, plays left field for the first time on the season today, batting fifth. Tate Samuelson, another Cal Poly kid, he joins the team today and will start at third base, batting in the 6th hole, followed by Gianni Bloom, who got the start in last game at catcher, now DHs today in the 7th hole. Thomas Trinka plays right field, and Ruben Mercado will round things out, batting in the 9th hole at shortstop. And Ruben's done a terrific job defensively, and when he pinch hits, he has gotten on base a number of times. They'll face off, as we mentioned, against the Walnut Creek Crawdads from the CCL North. Come in having lost their last one, a 8-7 loss to the Solano Mudcats. Ula Iverson will be on the mound for them. Ula coming in here and hoping to shut down this dynamic Blues offense. Here's how the Crawdads will line up and will bat in the top of the first. Jordan Thompson, the center fielder, will lead things off, followed by Tommy Rover playing second base, and batting third is Curran Ozawa Burns playing right field today. Hayden Schott plays left field. Trevor Werner plays third base. DH Dalton Mayshore DHs. Mark Goulart catching, and Zach Tejero playing first base, rounding it all out, and playing shortstop is Sammy Esparza. Again, talking to Coach Miller before this one and asking him, what did you see from your guys? What was working so well for your hitters in the batter's box? And he said, well, we weren't trying to do too much. Of the 5 home runs hit by the Blues in those 3 games, 2 went to opposite field, hit by TJ Clarkson and AJ Esperanza. Coach Miller said, that's not guys trying to get up there and hit home runs. That's just putting the bat to the ball and sending it out to the opposite field. He loved what he saw. He said, we didn't foul many pitches off, which meant that, and with the total amount of hits against 49 in 3 games, he said, when we saw our pitches, we didn't foul them off. We put them in play and made and hit them through the infield, or made the infield have to make a difficult play on the first base. And his guys hit so many infield singles in that one, had the bases loaded a total of 5 times, able to capitalize. Part of the reason they scored 37 runs over those 3 games. Just about ready for the national anthem, followed by the first pitch. Again, it's opening day here at Sinsheimer Park, a day that these fans and everyone's been waiting for quite some time. As the crowd continues to file in, hoping to be a capacity crowd here today. Everyone in line to get food and drink and enjoy some terrific SLO Blues baseball. And we're happy to have you along with us on the Blues Streaming Network. Again, I'm Zach Ebrahim, going to bring you first pitch in a matter of moments. But until then, sit back, relax, and we'll have the San Luis Obispo Blues facing off against the Walnut Creek Crawdads in a matter of moments.
Anthem is about to start here, and we'll bring that to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the principle of the San Luis Obispo Blues to foster a family-friendly atmosphere, allowing for the continuing growth of quality baseball experience here in the Central Coast. To that end, spectators are asked to support their team in a positive manner and treat opposing fans and players with respect. Profanity, racial slurs, or otherwise unruly behavior will not be tolerated, and visitors will be removed from the facility. And we thank you in advance for your cooperation. Let's get this baseball game underway. The Blues are excited to welcome today's free foul ball sponsor, Idler's Home Appliances. Every time there's a foul ball, you can take that ball home, courtesy of Idler's. And here representing Idler's Home Appliances is Chris Raymer to throw out the first pitch. All right, Chris. All right. Get in there. Now the starting lineup for the visiting Walnut Creek Crawdads. Batting first, number 16, center fielder Jordan Thompson. Batting second, number 4, the second baseman, Tommy Rover. And the third, number 18, the right fielder, Curran Ozawa Burns. And the fourth, the left fielder, wearing number 3, Hayden Schott. And the fifth tonight was Crawdads, number 28, third baseman, Trevor Werner. And the sixth, wearing number 2, the designated hitter, Dalton Nashore. And the seventh position, number 20, catcher, Mark Bullard. And the eighth, wearing number 9, baseman, Zach Pinheiro. And the ninth, wearing number 14, shortstop, Sandy Esparza. The starting pitcher tonight for the Crawdads, wearing number 15, Ula Iverson.
Well, Ula Iverson, who was in the picture tonight for the Crawdads,
right?
his last
And now,
was against the
the
Potters.
starting lineup
That was on June
for the opening game of the 75th season of your San Luis Obispo Blues. Batting first, wearing number 9, the second baseman, Hunter Esteka. Batting second, number 23, the catcher from Cal State Fullerton, Austin Shell. Batting third, number 21, the center fielder, Ryan Cermak. And the cleanup position, number 16, first baseman, T.J. Martin. Batting fifth tonight, number 15, the left fielder, Mason Prado. Batting sixth, number 3, the third baseman, Tate Samuelson. Batting seventh, number 27, the DH for tonight's game, Gianni Blue. Batting eighth, number 26, the right fielder, Thomas Bricka. And batting ninth, wearing number 1, the shortstop, Ruben Mercado. Leading off for the Blues tonight, number 45, from Cal Poly, Caden Sheedy.
Sounds of Thin Lizzy, and the boys are back in town playing over the loudspeakers here at Sinsheimer Field. It is a capacity crowd. It is opening day. It is the 75th season of San Luis Obispo Blues baseball, and we couldn't be happier to have you along for the ride. Game 4 of this 2021 season. We'll step aside momentarily for the national anthem and be back with you for first pitch.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, who sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And after that rendition, we'll see Caden Sheedy, the local kid out of Cal Poly SLO, warm up to start this one off. Opening day here at Sinsheimer Park in the 4th game of this 42-game season of the 2021 CCL Summer League. Blues have been dominant. Crawdads come in, losing their last game to the Solano Mudcats. It was a close one. in looking at what the Crawdads have done coming into this one, they go as their pitching does. And what we've seen from the Blues is dominant pitching and dominant hitting. So we'll see what gives in this one as the Crawdads and Ulla Iverson will be set to the mound to face off against a Blues offense that over 3 games is averaging over 12 runs a game. Even in their last one, winning 8-6, the Blues had to battle back, trailed for the first time all season, but did it with a 3-run 7th that gave him a comfortable 2-run lead. Kyle Wish out of the bullpen making his Blues debut, able to shut things down with the 6th-out save. Caden Sheedy, the right-hander. Talked to Caden before this one.
Here we go.
Asked him a few questions. In his arsenal is the 4-seam fastball, curveball, and changeup. Talked to him about how he wants to attack these bats today. He said, don't be surprised if I throw that changeup on the first pitch, but it is indeed my strikeout pitch. Caden only started pitching his sophomore year of high school, so he hasn't been a pitcher his whole life. He used to be a catcher before. Doesn't really have a routine before he starts. Just likes to go with the flow and not make too much of a big deal out of it. He gets ready and goes out to compete. That's what he tells me. We're just about ready here. Jordan Thompson leading things off for the Crawdads in the first pitch of this season at Sinsheimer Field from Sheedy is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Thompson. Jordan Thompson batting only 130 on the season, only 3 hits and 23 at-bats, looking to get off the schneid here. 0 for 5 his last game. Takes another fastball on the outside corner, count now 0-2. And Sheedy quickly ahead here. We'll see if he goes to the changeup on the 0-2 pitch. Quickly has him in a hole. Crowd awaiting that first strikeout. Sheedy to the plate. This one swung on and fouled back. It'll be a souvenir for a fan. Thompson out of Texas A&M, out of Bourne, Texas, one of several players from down there. The Crawdads are hitting .301 as a team, 59 runs scored in their 7 games. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup, and Sheedy's underway with a 4-pitch strikeout. So that start things off for Caden Sheedy. 4 strikes. 2 fastballs, 2 changeups, gets Thompson down swinging. Up will step Tommy Rover, the second baseman, batting from the left side and set to face Caden Sheedy. Also told me doesn't plan to attack the righties any differently than the lefties today. Just wants to go out there as Rover fouls this one back. Another souvenir for fans as they pack the house here at Sinsheimer Park. Capacity crowd in the orange seats in the stands, as you can see there. Some even bringing out some towels and blankets to sit on the grass and enjoy some Tuesday evening baseball. 0-1 to Tommy Rover. Sheedy looks in and delivers the second pitch. That one's on the outside corner. It'll be ball 1. First ball Caden's thrown today. Caden, again, used to be a catcher until a sophomore year. Told me his high school pitching staff needed pitchers, and it was something he had success doing. So he decided to stick with it, and now he wants to be a major leaguer. That 1-1 is low and inside. Count now 2-1. Caden had a 2021 season that featured an ERA much higher than he would have liked. Only walked 5 less batters than he struck out, as that one's low and away. Count now 3-1. Something he wants to work on in this summer is indeed his control. 10 walks and 25 innings pitched. Here's the 3-1 onto Rover. Sheedy gets him to foul that one off, and now the count will be full at 3-2. Tommy Rover, he is struggling. Only 1 hit and 13 at-bats this season. He has been able to walk. His 1 hit has been a double, but that batting average is below 100. Will have to work his way on here in a full count. Payoff pitch from Sheedy to Rover. That one is in there. Strike 3 called, and he got him. So Sheedy has set the first 2 men down via the K. 1 swinging, 1 looking, and there's 2 outs in the top of the first. Here's Curran Ozawa Burns. And in talking to the voice of the Crawdads, Alon, he told me, well, this kid has been our most consistent bat. He may not lead us in batting average. Well, he actually does. In 22 at-bats, he's batting .455. He's got 5 extra base hits, 3 of which have been homers. He swings and misses at a curveball to start things out here. It's 0-1.
That was a strike. It's a strike.
Count 0-1.
That one way inside. Count even now at 1-1.
1-1.
On the scoreboard out there
Jim.
So he brings that .455 batting average in here, but he's going to have to get by Caden Sheedy. The 1-1. That one's low, and it's 2-1. Ozawa out of West Valley College, born in Sunnyvale, California. 6 RBIs on the season, 3 walks and 5 stolen bases. He can do it all. 5-tool guy for this Crawdad squad. The 2-1 from Sheedy. That one's fouled back, and it'll be even at 2-2. Sheedy a strike away from setting them down 1-2-3 here in the top of the first in Sinsheimer Park. Opening day here in San Luis Obispo. Temperatures in the high 70s. Perfect for baseball. Not perfect for pants. 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Sheedy sets him down 1-2-3, all via the K. 2 swinging, 1 looking. Caden Sheedy's season is underway, and what a first impression it is from the redshirt freshman out of Cal Poly SLO. So after the Crawdads whiff in 3 straight at-bats, the Blues will bring their red-hot offense to the plate. Connor Kosteka leading things off today, followed by Austin Shell and Ryan Cermak. Some of those highlights from first weekends were Shell and Cermak going back-to-back in Game 2 of that 3-game series against Lincoln. Shell on the first pitch he saw in the at-bat, and Austin's been terrific. Cermak has been outstanding defensively and with the bat. Both men Shell batting .500 on the season. Cermak batting .353. Cermak and Grotto lead the team with 17 at-bats, playing in all 3 of those games in Lincoln, not pinch hit for. Ryan Cermak, the 5-tool guy for this Blues offense. On the mound for the Crawdads, Ula Iverson. Set to shut down this offense, averaging more than 12 runs on the season. Ula's ERA, 1.92, rock solid through 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Iverson, a student at Diablo Valley College, and he's from Berkeley, California. What a crowd it is here, and this is just phenomenal to see. Everyone out to support the Blues, a day that's been awaited for quite some time for everyone in the San Luis Obispo area. Everyone was so excited coming into this one. Coaches, players, especially the Blues starting the season out on the road. 3 games in Lincoln, get to come home now and play in front of their capacity crowd. Bottom of the first now, no score. Caden Sheedy set the Crawdads down 1-2-3. 2 strikeouts, swinging, 1 looking in his dominant first inning of work here. We'll see how Ula Iverson attacks this Blues offense. Connor Kosteka leading things off, lefty on lefty here to start the bottom of the first as he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Ula, sporting one of the lower ERAs on this Crawdad staff. Here's the 0-1. That one, same spot, placed perfectly. 0-2 now on Kosteka. Connor batting .333 on the season in his 12 at-bats. 1 RBI and no extra base hits yet for the second baseman, but he's been finding his way on however he can. The 0-2, breaking ball, fouled off and hits the merchandise tent here as it goes back, and all the kids in the grass have their gloves ready. Catch some souvenirs. It's 0-2. 3 pitches in this at-bat, 2 fastballs, 1 breaking ball, and Kosteka in the hole here. Iverson, the lefty, comes set and delivers the 0-2. That one fades away on the outside corner. The count will now be 1-2. One thing we've seen from the Blues, lengthy at-bats. Other than the Austin Shell home run, they've rarely swung at the first pitch they've seen. Everyone's seeing the fastball well right now, and everyone taking the breaking balls away. The 1-2, Iverson places that fastball in the outside corner but doesn't get the call. Count even now at 2-2.
Indicates ball, so the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kosteka plays his
Austin Shell is
college ball at
catching today and in the batter's box. Due up next. The 2-2, Kosteka takes another one on the outside corner, and it's a leadoff walk. It's not actually.
It was a leadoff walk.
First at bat for the Blues at home. They're so excited. Kosteka thought the count was full. It fooled me, in fact. I did think it was 2-2, and now it will be 3-2. Count will be full on Kosteka. Something you don't see often, but something you always have to smile at when it happens. The umpire throwing the count up at him as he was halfway down to first base. Just so eager to get on, and the Blues have been so used to getting that leadoff man on in the first inning. He gladly was set to take a walk. The count will be full, and Iverson will deliver the payoff pitch. That one is fouled off, and Kosteka stays alive. He'll stay in the batter's box for yet another pitch. That was awesome. Everyone up here in the press box having a good time with that one. Kosteka and Austin Shell having some words, but now Kosteka steps back in. It's lefty on lefty here. First at bat for the Blues. Bottom of the first, no score. 3-2. That one's outside. Connor checks with the umpire to make sure that was the fourth ball. He'll gladly trot down to first base with a leadoff walk. So a lengthy at bat starts things out here for the Blues. And here comes Austin Shell. And what an opening series it was for Austin. Batting .500 even in his 12 at bats. 4 RBIs, that bomb he hit, 1 home run, 3 walks, a slugging percentage of .833, one of 3 Blues with that slugging percentage over .800 on the season. Blues get the leadoff man on via a walk, and Iverson deals to Shell. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Just incredible what the Blues have been able to do, taking advantage of a Potter's pitching staff that didn't give their best stuff, but the Blues taking advantage of it nonetheless. Here's the 0-1. High, ball 1. Iverson going with the fastball on the second pitch. Count now 1-1. Kosteka on first, reached via a walk. Throw over from Iverson to check on him and keep him honest. We'll get Kosteka a bit dirty. Watering the dirt here in the infield before first pitch. That was done, but the field completely different for the Blues here compared to what they played on a turf field in Lincoln. 1-1 is high. Count now 2-1 as Iverson has gone to the high fastball in the last 2 pitches. Sinsheimer Park here in beautiful San Luis Obispo. Temperature 79 degrees at first pitch. And the Blues offense trying to stay that hot. You could argue they've been even hotter. The 2-1, that one swung on and missed by Shell. Count even now at 2-2. In terms of the diagram of the field here, dead center, you got to hit it out to 395. Left field goes 335, and right field about 225. 2-2, Iverson to Shell. Second at bat for the Blues in this bottom of the first. That one's lined into left but foul. And we've seen that a lot from the Blues, barreling up everything they see. Coach Miller said we didn't foul a lot of pitches off, but when we did, they were good waste pitches. Staying alive in these long at-bats. Blues have not gone down easily, it seems, at all this season. Obviously, only 3 games in. Here in their 4th game, trying to remain undefeated. They come in 3-0. The Crawdads, having lost their last one in conference play, 5-2. Blues have yet to play a conference opponent. Still sporting the 3-0 record against the CCL North. Shell swings and misses at the pitch away, but he fouled it into the glove. It is indeed a strikeout. Shell strikes out in the second at-bat of this one. So after the leadoff walk, Shell strikes out. Here comes Ryan Cermak, the talented center fielder.
And here comes the three-hitter, Ryan Cermak. So the base on balls.
I can tell you what I was most eager to see for the Blues, other than the crowd obviously giving them all this love at home, was finally getting to hear what the guys' walk-up songs were going to be. Throw over to first. Keeps Kosteka honest. Cermak has not seen a pitch yet from Iverson.
Does have a slide in, so he gets the uniform dirty a little bit. Crawdads playing in the gray tops, bright gray.
Iverson on the first pitch to Cermak. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1.
Misses, count 1-0.
Blues have, in addition to hitting what they see they can do damage to, taking what they know they can do next to nothing with. Cermak doing that on the fastball on the outside. Even though you could argue the Blues can do anything with any pitch right now, with the way their offenses look, that fastball's high. Count even now, 1-1.
That's not what the plan was. I don't think it's
Cermak batting .353, tied with Mason Grotto with 17 at-bats on the season. He's got 3 RBIs to his credit, leads the team in stolen bases with 3, has a dinger, and has himself a walk in a 1-1 count here against Iverson. This one's hit deep out to center. This one's got some carry on it. Going back and making the catch is Jacob Thompson, as that one threatened to leave, but instead stays in on the warning track. It's the second out for the Blues as Cermak flies out to center.
probably would have left the yard. So
Blues still with Kosteka on first via the walk, and will now bring TJ Clarkson to the plate. We mentioned TJ in a minimum of 11 at-bats is leading the team in batting average at .545. 3 RBIs to his credit, a walk, a double, and a homer, leading the team in slugging percentage from the left side of the plate at a percentage of .909. 2 outs, bottom of the first, no score, runner on first for the Blues. Throw over to first, checks on Kosteka. Third time we've seen that from Ula Iverson, the left-hander for the Crawdads today.
Trey Clarkson. A little bit of everything here except for a hit.
Clarkson awaits the first pitch from Iverson. Swung on and missed by TJ. Looked like a changeup. And Clarkson swinging early. Next up will be Mason Grotto, whose middle name has been RBI so far on this season. Looking to get him to the plate with some ducks on the pond. But here's TJ Clarkson in an 0-1 count. Iverson, 0-1 on. Breaking ball on the outside corner, misses for ball 1. Count even now. About 30 minutes into this one. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network opening day. 75th season of San Luis Obispo Blues baseball. Packed house here. Iverson throws over to first. 4th time he's checked on Kosteka, and Kosteka's jersey looks like he's been in the game for 9 innings with all the dirt he's compiled sliding around there at first. We're still only in the bottom of the first here. No score, no hits. Fastball away, misses, count 2-1 on TJ Clarkson.
Count 2-1. That jersey will be real dirty here.
TJ rooming with Zach McCleve with their host family this summer in San Luis Obispo. 2-1 from Iverson. Breaking ball away. That one nips the corner. Count now even now 2-2. But TJ still up there battling in what has now become a lengthy at-bat. Clarkson batting cleanup. And Kosteka over there at first. That pitch is swung on and missed by TJ. Hit into the glove. He'll actually stay alive here. My mistake, as the umpire calls that he made contact. He'll stay in there. Count now 2-2.
Clarkson able to stay alive on some very weak contact. And a drop
2 outs, bottom of the first. Clarkson in a 2-2 count. Another fastball high from Ula. That's the pitch he's been missing on early in this one. The fastball just, when it's dialed up to the zone that's built up on these hitters, he's missed away. And the count now full to TJ Clarkson. Kosteka takes off for second, but not before TJ Clarkson takes ball 4. Second walk of the bottom of the first for the Blues. They have 2 men on, and here comes Mason Grotto, sporting a batting average of .529, 12 RBIs to lead the team, 3 doubles and a home run, and just your normal slugging percentage of .882. Talked to Mason after the third game in Lincoln as we were on the road trip home and asked him, what pitch are you seeing so well out there? Ula Iverson's called for a balk before he even thinks about throwing a pitch to Mason Grotto. The runners will advance to second and third. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, but back to my conversation with Mason, just asked him what he was seeing so well up there. He said, it's been the fastball. I said, where are they throwing it to you? He said, middle. And he hasn't missed when he's gotten that pitch. He says, I'm seeing the breaking stuff well enough to hit it, but I'm deciding to take those and instead pick on the fastball. And I asked him, you think they'd get the memo with what you did to him in those 3 games? He's like, you go ahead and tell him. Iverson delivers the 1-0. That one's hit high and deep to right, actually into shallow right. That one doesn't carry much, and Ozawa Burns comes on to make the play and record the 3rd out in the bottom of the first for the Blues. Still no hits in this one, and of course no score. Blues walk 2 men. Blues are able to draw 2 walks in that bottom of the first. Grotto flies out to right to end the inning, and that's it for 1 inning. Here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo, it's opening day. Caden Sheedy will be back on the mound in the top of the second. Caden Sheedy will step back out there. He's faced 3 men. He struck them all out. Caden has looked terrific to start things out here. Crawdads will be up. It'll be Hayden Schott to lead things off for the Crawdads in the top of the second, and they'll have to deal with Caden Sheedy. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out.
Now for the Crawdads.
Welcome back to San Luis Obispo.
Here's a left fielder, Hayden Schott, batting cleanup today to face Caden Sheedy. 4th man to do so, as Caden did not allow a base runner in his first inning of work. We're here in the top of the second, no score. Sheedy delivers the first pitch low for ball 1. Schott batting 280 on the season in his 25 at-bats. That leads the team. He's got 5 RBIs, 2 walks. Swings and misses through a changeup there. Count even now at 1-1. In Schott's last game, their loss against the Solano Mudcats, he went 2 for 4 with a double and a triple. His first 2 extra base hits of this season. Swings and misses there. Count now 1-2 as Sheedy has gone ahead in the count.
Playing in left field today, batting 3.
Caden out of Bakersfield, California, tries to paint the outside corner, but it misses for a ball. Count now 2-2.
He has 5 hits, a double, a triple, 2 RBIs.
2-2 on to Schott.
2-2 pitch on the way.
Curveball misses away. 3-2 now. Count will be full. Second time we've seen that. Second time we've seen a batter draw a full count here, Caden. Last time he was in the count, he put him away looking. We'll see here. Payoff pitch is fouled into left field and away. The kids in the crowd race to go collect their foul ball, possibly for a souvenir. Schott still alive here. Payoff pitch from Sheedy. Fouls this one up. It's popped up. Infield on to make a play, but there is none. It lands in the crowd, and now a kid will have a souvenir. Count still full. No outs. Top of the second. No score. Crawdads batting here. Number 3, Hayden Schott, out of Columbia, a junior at Columbia. He's from Newport Beach, California. So he goes to school a ways away, but comes back to NorCal to play his summer league. Payoff pitch from Sheedy. This one's hit high and deep to left. Coming on to make the play is Mason Grotto, playing left field for the first time today. Grotto has manned the hot corner so far, but Tate Samuelson is back for the Blues, second year with the team. He'll man third base today. Meanwhile, Sheedy has set down the first four men he's seen, as a shot flies out to left. Trevor Werner now, and again, speaking to the voice of the Crawdads before this one, he said, look out for Trevor Werner. Batting .391 on the season with 23 at-bats, leads the team in RBIs with 8, has six extra base hits. Sheedy misses with the first pitch and gets the second one in there. Count now 1-1. One out here, top of the second, no score.
Maybe not as low, so on the other half, just not as low. So 1-1 count.
Capacity crowd here in San Luis Obispo. Sheedy, the 1-1. That one's in there for a strike. Nips the outside corner, and he's ahead 1-2 on Trevor Werner, the third baseman out of Spring, Texas. Another Texas A&M junior. The 1-2. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the day for Caden Sheedy, and we're just 5 batters in. Sets Werner down, looking on the strikeout. Here comes Dalton Mayshore, DHing today. Righty on righty as Sheedy comes set and delivered to the plate. Caden works fast. That's another thing Bob Miller said. He said, I like this kid. He doesn't take too much time in between his pitches as he gets him to swing and miss through the breaking ball there, 0-1. But he said Caden's going to give us hopefully 3 or 4 clean innings, and then deeper into the season as we let our guys loose, and as Mayshore lets loose on that pitch, another curveball gets him to swing through it. It's 0-2. We'll hopefully see Caden Sheedy go deep into games and compile some amazing statistics as he is ahead 0-2, and Mayshore fouls that one back. Count remains the same. 2 outs, top of the second, no score. 40 minutes in. Pre-game rituals took a little bit of time. Singing the national anthem here. 0-2. That one misses above his head, and now it's 1-2. Mayshore had to duck.
No intention there at all.
Breaking ball just slipped out of his hand. Count now 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2.
2 outs, top of the second. Here's Sheedy, on to Mayshore. That one misses inside. Count even now at 2-2.
A little squeeze from the home plate umpire, but that was a ball. Count 2-2, 2 away. Top of the second. On deck.
2-2 from Sheedy.
2-2 pitch.
Fastball got him looking. Welcome to the Blues, Caden Sheedy. Local kid out of Cal Poly has set down the first 6 batters he's seen, 5 via the K. Now 2 strikeouts swinging, 3 strikeouts looking. He has them petrified, and he sets them down easily. Blues will be back up to try and give Sheedy a lead. Blues went walk, strikeout, fly out, walk, fly out in the bottom of the first. They'll be set to come up to the bottom of the second here as the crowd enjoys Jesse's Girl from Rick Springfield here at Sinsheimer Park. Set to start the bottom of the second here, and leading things off is Tate Samuelson. Tate joined the team today. His second season with the Blues overall. Redshirt junior who gets that fifth year of eligibility because of the COVID-shortened season. Out of San Diego, California. Had a 2021 that saw him bat .275 with 39 RBIs and 6 homers. Joined the team today along with Caden Sheedy and the two local kids out of Cal Poly. We'll see what Tate does in his first at-bat, but Caden Sheedy has certainly impressed. Here's Tate at the plate. 1-0 from Iverson, who deals in his second inning of work, and that one is way outside. Count now 2-0, as we've seen some pitches slip out of the hands of our pitchers today. That one to the point where Samuelson did not even have to think about swinging. And Golart, who's doing the catching today, had to come up out of his stance and get it off the backstop. 2-0 to Samuelson. Iverson to the plate. That one's hit, popped up though. Infield on it. Tejero's under it, the first baseman, but instead Rover will come over from second and field the pop out for the first out. Tejero did call for it, but Tommy Rover comes over and Samuelson pops out in his first at bat this season. Here comes Gianni Bloom doing the DHing today. He started at catcher in the Blues last game in Lincoln and was terrific defensively. Comes out of his stance and guns over to second and third. He's got a cannon for an arm and can do it at the plate as well. Has a perfect batting average this season in his limited at-bats. Takes strike one from Iverson there, batting from the right side of the plate. Bloom's one hit on the season was indeed a double. Drove in an RBI off a walk with the bases loaded. That's his only RBI and his only walk of the season. In the hole, 0-2, and Iverson to deliver to the plate with one out here in the bottom of the second. This one's fouled straight back. Count remains the same. And Iverson looking to have himself a quicker inning, but has still not surrendered a hit. Bloom awaits the 0-2. Here's Iverson to the plate. Breaking ball. That one's looped over to first. Zach Tejero is over there to make the play as Gianni pops out to first. Here's Thomas Trinka playing right field. Has started at right field in all of the Blues games up until this point. Bit down in the lineup today, batting eighth. Things having to get shuffled around, of course, with Tate Samuelson in there. So lefty on righty here. Iverson deals way inside. It gets away from Golart, and it's 1-0 to Trinka. Thomas Trinka batting .300 on the season in his 10 at-bats, an RBI and a double. Blues have just absolutely thrown a party on whoever starts the games for the opposing team. Swung on and missed there. Count will be even now at 1-1. Getting 2 walks in that bottom of the first. Just more of the same. Lengthy at-bats, waiting on their pitches. If they don't get them, they'll gladly take first base, and that's what Kosteka and Clarkson did. Breaking ball nips the outside corner. Count now 1-2. Trinket now. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Iverson gets the sign from Golart, comes in and deals the 1-2. This one's hit high and deep to right, but foul. Count remains the same for Trinka.
25 to 30 yards. Count holds at 1-2.
Here's the 1-2 from Iverson to Trinka. Breaking ball on the dirt. Count will now be even at 2-2. No Blue has gone easily in any at-bat seemingly so far. Due up is Ruben Mercado, who did some outstanding fielding in the games in Lincoln. Can also do it with the bat. 2-2. Trinka hits this one to short. Rover has it, tries to make the play, fields it cleanly off the dirt, and throws on to first. It's Rover to Tejero on the 4-3 ground out, a bit unconventionally, but it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Ula Iverson. Trinka grounds out to short to end the inning. Ruben Mercado will be up next in the bottom of the third for the Blues. Caden Sheedy back out there for his third inning of work. Can he continue the dominance? We'll see. I'm going to take a short break and be right back with you for the top of the third. No score here in San Luis Obispo. Thanks for listening to the Blue Streaming Network.
Look at that. If you have number 30 or number 48, 30 and 48, you just won a gift certificate for a free Village Host pizza. And on the card of the table, and it's for your prize. Number 30 and 48.
Back in the broadcast booth here.
And they go late now for the Crawdads.
Just an outstanding atmosphere here at Sinsheimer Park. Mark Gallart here to lead things off in the bottom of the third for the Crawdads. Here's Caden Sheedy, who's been dominant now in his third inning of work. Deals a fastball away, 1-0 to Gallart. Mark batting .231 on the season in his 13 at-bats, has gone deep once, driven in 4, and has walked twice. Hits this one to short. Mercado has it, fielded cleanly, and the throw onto Clarkston. It took a hop, and TJ had to do the splits, and indeed it will be an E3, and the runner will reach. So Gallart reaches on the air. Again, an E3. TJ Clarkson just unable to snag that one on a hop. Did the splits and did everything he could, but instead the runner reaches, and the Crawdads get the leadoff man on to start this top of the third. So the first base runner Sheedy has allowed, but he's not responsible for it. And here's Zach Tejero, the first baseman, batting eighth today. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Crawdads get a man on. One that Sheedy and Clarkson will agree should not be there, but it'll be up to him to put him away, though. We saw Mike Gutierrez, the lefty, in his last start in Game 3 of the Lincoln Series, walk a man and then proceed to pick him off at first and still face the minimum through his 2 innings of work. That fastball's in there. It's now even at 1-1. No outs, top of the third, no score here in San Luis Obispo. Zach Tejero awaits the 1-0 from Sheedy. Gallart over at first, reached on an error. This one's hit out to left as it drifts, and Grotto is under it, making the play for the first out here in the top of the third. Fly out to left is the first out of this third. Sheedy now will face Sammy Esparza. Manning short today. Esparza, again, rough go of it so far. 167 batting average in his 12 at-bats. Goes to Cal State East Bay out of San Pablo, California. Sheedy looks in and delivers to Esparza. First pitch is low, ball 1. Runner on is Mark Gallart, the catcher. Tejero flew out to left, and here's Esparza. The 1-0 from Sheedy. Throws over to first just to check on Gallart. The righty has a quick pickoff move, going for it there. Instead, he'll look back in and deal with Esparza in a 1-0 count at the plate. Righty on righty, top of the third, no score.
1-0.
Just 1 out. That pitch is in there for strike 1 as the count gets even now. Sheedy with 5 strikeouts, now in his 2 1/3 innings of work. The 1-1. That one's fouled off to the right side and nearly into the Blues dugout. Count now 1-2 as Sheedy gets ahead. Sheedy works north to south,
1-2 count.
not necessarily east to west. Likes to throw the fastball either high or low, the curveball. Obviously in the lower part of the zone in that changeup, more in the lower half. The 1-2, that one's fouled off again and drifting into foul territory. It's still 1-2, still 1 out in the top of the third with 1 runner on. So the error by Clarkson, just the second for the Blues this season, the first error committed by this infield that has been terrific through 3 games. Here's the 1-2. Throw over to first, and he got him. Sheedy with the quick pickoff move gets Gallard out at first, and that's the second out. Esparza will still be in a 1-2.
Just like that, 2 outs.
He picked him on the field.
And what started out as pretty fortuitous.
So Sheedy able to get the runner that reached on an error. Now 2 outs, top of the third, dealing with Esparza in a 1-2 count. Curveball goes low, count even at 2-2. So the same situation we saw. If a runner reaches via a walk or error, the Blues pitcher has been able to pick him off. The 2-2, breaking ball loops in there, but low. And the count is full now at 3-2. Still 2 outs, top of the third. Now no runners on and still no score here in San Luis Obispo. Sinsheimer Park, well, it's packed here, and the fans are enjoying what they've seen so far from Caden Sheedy. Swung on and missed by Esparza. How about 6 strikeouts through 3 innings of work for the redshirt freshman out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. And he has still, with the pickoff move, faced the minimum. 3 strikeouts looking, 3 strikeouts swinging. And it's been a clean 3 innings of work so far for Caden Sheedy. We'll see if he gets a 4th, but now we'll go to the Blues bats in the bottom of the third. Neither team yet to record a hit. Both pitchers doing their thing. It'll be Ruben Mercado to lead things off in the bottom of the third for the Blues as Ula Iverson comes out for his 3rd inning of work. Thanks for joining us on the Blues Streaming Network. I'll be right back.
I don't think so. This isn't a new picture, is it?
Let's see, who's
No. Yes, it is.
When we pick off a stolen base, we used to give away a prize. You don't know. So I was wondering if you're catching it first like that, picking up, is that kind of technically considered not stealing? It's just a pick. But we're not doing that.
No.
Here's Ruben Mercado to lead off the bottom of the third for the Blues. And Ula Iverson still out there set for his 3rd inning of work. He's allowed 2 base runners via walks, but other than that, the Blues have gone strikeout, fly out, and a couple pop outs. Ground out mixed in there as well. They've put the bat to the ball in almost all their at-bats, something we've seen a lot this season, making contact and giving this defense of the Crawdads and, of course, the Lincoln Potters this past weekend some work. Mercado takes strike 1, and Iverson set to deliver the 0-1. Mercado fouls that one off, is now in the hole 0-2. Ruben batter, a 300 batter on the season so far. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. No extra base hits yet. All of his hits of the single variety. And we mentioned he's done it with infield singles and He's been outstanding in his infield, in his work in the infield, excuse me. In the 0-2 hole, Iverson set to deliver. Gallart tries to frame that one for him. Nothing doing, and it's 1-2.
Count 1-2.
Ruben Mercado, a senior at San Jose State, out of Pleasanton, California.
1-2 pitch.
Pops that one up, but it drifts foul behind the plate. Played for head coach Bob Miller at Cuesta College, made 38 appearances at shortstop under Bob Miller, had 24 hits, 20 RBIs, earned himself a gold glove, and we've seen him flash that potential so far. Flash his ability. It's not potential. It's just great fielding ability. Sends this one over to short. Esparza has it. Makes a dart of a throw over to first, and it's a ground out for Mercado of the 6-3 variety. And that's the first out for the Blues here in the bottom of the third. So Iverson has been relatively clean so far. Again, only the 2 walks allowed 2 Blues to reach. And then he got Mason Grotto to fly out to right. That put away that inning. Now we work our way back to the top, and Connor Costeca, one of the men he reached to lead things off here. So Connor will step in, sporting that batting average that still remains at .333. 1 out, bottom of the third, no score. Iverson on to Costeca, breaking ball drifts away, ball 1. Costeca, a senior at Biola University, bats left-handed, throws right-handed, out of Temecula, California. The 1-0, swung on and missed by Connor. His 2021 saw him get a healthy number of at-bats, 103, batting average just above 220. In a 1-1 count on Ula Iverson, the lefty with a sub-2 ERA. Breaking ball drifts away. Costeca thought better of swinging, tried to check it, instead went around. It's 1-2. Iverson gets ahead yet again on another Blues hitter. We'll see if he's able to put them away. Now in Costeca's second at-bat in this one. 1-2. Bottom 3, still no score. Here's Ula Iverson. Fastball, again, high and away. Has yet to really paint that pitch. Count even now at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Iverson with pitch number 45.
So far in 3 games this season, the Blues have not gone through 3 innings without scoring. Iverson trying to make that mark here. Costeca swings and misses at the fastball. He goes down on a K. And that's 2 outs now in the bottom of the third. So will we see the Blues not score through 3 for the first time? That'll be up to Austin Schell, who struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Second strikeout for Iverson, both of the swinging variety. Austin Schell now, his first victim. Now bats in the bottom of the third. No one on, no score. 2 outs here in San Luis Obispo. Iverson, the lefty, looks into the righty Schell and delivers way inside, ball 1. Schell, one of the 2 blue bats, 3, batting 500 or better on the season. Whether he's catching or DHing, he's been phenomenal. Takes the 1-0, fastball in the outside corner, now even at 1-1.
Iverson still just the 1 earned run.
Schell, a slugging percentage of .833, has been able to lift the ball, hits this one over to second. Rover has it cleanly, throw on to first in time, and that's the 3rd out. So on the 4-3 ground out, that ends the bottom of the third, and it's the first time all season the Blues haven't scored through 3. It's 0-0, and we'll head to the 4th inning after this short break. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network.
Very close. Got 1 on the green. That's a 10-pack of Blues tickets worth $75. Here comes the third one. Oh my.
Oh my.
Throughout the green there. All right, so got one on the green, and let's see. That is, it's a free round of golf for two, including a cart. And the Middle Lake Golf Course for number 1.
We're set to start the fourth here in slow. Everyone having a good time out on the field, in the stands, in the press box. Just a great atmosphere here on opening day, 75th season of Slow Blues baseball. Teams looked great through 3 games. Yet to scratch here in this one, but how about Caden Sheedy through 3 innings of work, only allowing a runner, or only one runner reaching on the air by TJ Clarkson. Other than that, he's gotten 2 men to fly out, and he struck out the rest. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings for Caden Sheedy, and set to lead off things in the top of the 4th is the man who led things off in the top of the 1st. Here's Jordan Thompson as he fouls that one back, and Sheedy quickly ahead 0-1.
Jordan Thompson today getting the nod in center field. Sam Hunt getting the day off for the Crawdads.
One and one on to Thompson. Correction on my end. It was not an E3 back in the 3rd. It was an E6, so an error on Ruben Mercado. That's my mistake. Statistician Max Lober helping me out with that one. Thank you, Max. 2-1 now, on to Thompson. This one's hit out to left in shallow territory. Mason Grotto is under it to make the catch for the first out. So Thompson has now struck out and flown out to left. Mason Grotto under that one, able to battle the sun, as that one didn't threaten the warning track at all. And that's the first out. Here comes Tommy Rover, who turned the 4-3 ground out that ended the last inning for the Blues. He struck out looking on a full count pitch back in the 1st. Here's Caden Sheedy to deliver low and inside, ball 1. So we'll see if Coach Miller's gotten what he wanted from Caden so far. 3, now possibly 4 clean innings of work. The 1-0 swung on and missed by Rover. Count even 1-1.
Both of the hard hit balls by the Crawdads, if you can call it that, both really just pokes out the left. Been right at Mason Grotto.
Warming in the bullpen
1-1 pitch
for the Blues. This one's hit out to right center. This one's got some carry on it, but quickly under it is Thomas Trinka as it doesn't threaten the warning track. That's the second out now. 2 flyouts for the Crawdads in the top of the 4th.
So back-to-back flyouts for Walnut Creek, and here comes Colonel Burns. The 1-2-3 hitters in the first inning all struck out back-to-back.
Right fielder.
And this time they're threatening to all fly out. First pitch to Ozawa Burns is lined
Ozawa
out.
Burns lines that one into left for a base hit. We'll see if he can hit into second with a double. He will indeed. Stand-up double, first hit of the day for the Crawdads as Ozawa Burns doubles.
With a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting there by Colonel Ozawa Burns. And that is the first hit of the game for the Crawdads.
So the Crawdads get a man on second now. Only man that had reached previously was on an E6. And now Ozawa Burns doubles. And the first runner in scoring position for the Crawdads. First hit of the game for either team. Caden Sheedy looks in now and has to deal with Hayden Schott, who flew out to left in his first at-bat. First pitch is delivered low for ball 1. So after a fly out to left and a fly out to right, Ozawa Burns reaches on the stand-up double. And here's Hayden Schott, the left fielder, batting from the left side. 1-0 pitch from Caden Sheedy. Swung on and missed. Count even now 1-1. Warming in the bullpen is number 34, Jared Hart, who pitched in Game 1 of the Lincoln Series in relief of Matt Sox, who himself was just terrific. Mirroring Caden Sheedy through this one so far. 3 clean innings, 6 strikeouts.
Sheedy sets, looks back at second.
Sheedy threw 3 2/3, delivers a breaking ball in the dirt 2-1.
Count 2-1. Hayden shot flew out in the second.
The 2-1. High ball 3. 3-0 count for Hayden shot now. Hayden, of course, getting his 2 extra base hits on the season in their last game, a loss to the Solano Mudcats. Junior at Columbia. 3-1. Sheedy on to shot. 2 outs, top of the 4th. No score, runner on second. This one's fouled back and the count will be full. 3rd time we've seen a full count from Caden Sheedy.
Count runs 3 and 2 full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So a strike away from that 3rd out. And this will likely be the last inning for Caden Sheedy, only surrendering the 1 hit on a double. Here's the 3-2. Looks back at second and comes to the plate and deals. This one's lined into center field. That's a base hit, and we'll see if it's a run. Throw in from Cermak. Not in time. Now going in for second, and he will be safe. So Hayden shot singles, advances to second on the throw, and it's an RBI single. The Crawdads strike first in this one.
They now lead it 1-0. And a real risk there by Hayden Shot, who's not the fastest runner in the world. He decided to dig for
RBI single for Shot, finds himself safe at second on the throw to the plate. He chose to advance. Now finds himself there safe at second. Crawdads lead 1-0. Only the second time the Blues have trailed. They've never trailed to start a game. They do so here in their 4th game of the season. It's an RBI single from Shot. After a double from Ozawa Burns, he came around to score. The situation now a runner at second with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Walnut Creek. Caden Sheedy still out there and delivers a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. And here's Trevor Warner, a dangerous hitter, batting 5th today. Struck out looking in his first appearance back in the 2nd. So Sheedy trying to get out of this one after only surrendering the 1 run. 2 hits now given up by Caden. Looks back at second. Now deals the 0-1 to the plate. That breaking ball's in the dirt. Count even now at 1-1. Talked to Caden before this one. He said, I don't think I get rattled easily. I think I can handle. I know I can handle having runners in scoring position. I just focus on the man at the plate. He's in the situation now where he just needs that last out, and he can get through 4, only surrendering the 1 run. 1-1. This one's popped up. We'll see if the infield has a play. They do not. It drifts back into the crowd, and another souvenir. We'll see what lucky young fan gets that one. A lot of kids out here with either their own gloves or using their hats as gloves. 1-2 the count now to Trevor Warner. 1-0 Walnut Creek. 1-2 now. Sheedy on to Warner. Runner at second is Hayden Shot. That curveball's in the dirt. Count even now at 2-2.
Count 2-2 to Trevor Warner. And if Warner can get a charge into one of these pitches here into the alley, that will easily score Hayden Shot. And we all know Warner has some power. He exhibited it against the
2 outs, top of the 4th.
A few days ago.
Here's Caden Sheedy.
Left field, so Warner is not to be trifled with. 2-2 pitch to Warner. Warner takes ball.
3rd straight ball in the dirt. Count will be full now, 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th. In a game which
Sheedy with 6 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings of work. Now has to deal with Trevor Warner at the mound, who sports a .391 batting average. Full count. Lined into left field. That'll be a base hit. Throw from Grotto. He bobbles it out in left field. Another run scores. It's an RBI single for Trevor Warner, and the Crawdads lead 2-0 here in the 4th.
The evening, they're now up 2-0. So some good 2-outs
So
here
back-to-back
by
RBI
Walnut.
singles score the 2 men on for the Crawdads. It's 2-0 Walnut Creek. Still 2 outs in the top of the fourth. And here comes the pitching coach, Dean Trainer, to have a conversation with Caden Sheedy. The DH Dalton Mayshore is up. He also struck out looking in his last appearance. But after the Crawdads have gone double, RBI single, and another RBI single, they lead 2-0 here on opening day at Sinsheimer Park. First time the Blues have trailed to start a game. First time they've trailed by more than one on the season. So their biggest deficit so far at 2-0 just speaks to their dominance in the first 3 games. But Walnut Creek not messing around here, coming in and trying to spoil up opening day here in San Luis Obispo. Caden Sheedy remains out there after the conversation with pitching coach Dean Trainer. And here comes Dalton Mayshore, the DH, looking to cause more damage as the Crawdads have a man on first and still 2 outs in the top of the fourth. 2-0 Walnut Creek. Caden Sheedy now has surrendered 3 straight hits after getting 2 flyouts to start the fourth. And now he'll have to deal with Mayshore. First pitch, fouled off to the right side. 0-1.
Way off the right side, out of play. Mayshore now 0-1. I'd love to tell you what the pitch count is on.
Here's the 0-1 from Sheedy to Mayshore. Low and inside, ball 2, count even.
Fortunately, I'm getting 502 bad gateway on the live in-stadium stat tracker.
So Dalton Mayshore, 125 hitter, only the 1 hit on the season. In his this being now his 10th at bat, throw over to first, trying to get that second pick off. Sheedy threw it over to Clarkson, but Werner is safe over there at first. Dalton Mayshore out of Clayton, California. Here's the 1-1. Caden looks in and delivers.
1-1 pitch to Mayshore.
Curve ball, bit inside and drops low. Count now 2-1.
2-1, still 2 away.
Still 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Crawdads have gotten all 3 of their hits with 2 outs here in this inning.
Gets his lead. Sheedy sets and fires.
Inside, ball 3.
That is ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike.
Jared Hart warming.
Mayshore, who struck out in the second
He'll come in relief of Caden Sheedy. We mentioned this likely his last inning of work, trying to get through 4 here. At least that's what Bob Miller wanted from his starter today. Runner takes off for second. This one's lined into left center. That one's in the gap, and it'll get to the wall. Another run will score, and Mayshore is into second with a stand-up RBI double. The Crawdads have hit the ball, have gotten 4 straight hits, and scored 3 straight runs. That one's sent into the left center gap, and Dalton Mayshore drives in the 3rd run of the day for the Crawdads. They lead 3-0 on the RBI double.
And the Crawdads up 3-0 now here on the road against.
Here comes head coach Bob Miller.
So that looks like that will end
And he will call to the bullpen. Jared Hart, who's been warming, will come in relief of Caden Sheedy, who was phenomenal through 3 innings of work. 6 strikeouts, then got 2 quick outs to start the 4th, has now surrendered 4 hits, 2 of the extra base variety, and now the Crawdads lead 3-0, and that'll do it for Caden. Jared Hart will come in, trying to limit the damage at just 3 runs in the inning. Blues facing a 3-0 deficit here on opening day, but Jared Hart coming in tasked with dealing with a runner in scoring position on second.
We'll be right back.
And he'll look to keep the lead at 3 for the Crawdads. Walnut Creek, not messing around. 4 straight hits, a double, an RBI single, another RBI single, and an RBI double. Has the lead at 3-0 for Walnut Creek. I'm going to take a short break. Jared Hart warming, and I'll be right back on the Blue Streaming Network.
What's up, this
And celebrate with us.
No, it's okay. All right, welcome back to the
For your cooperation in keeping
batter will be Mark
Jared
Gillard, and he will face a newly inserted pitcher, Jared Hart, the left-handed senior at Illinois State University. 2018 to 2020 for the Wabash
Here's Jared Hart
Community College.
coming in relief of Caden Sheedy. Blues trailing 3-0. Will have to deal with Mark Gillard, who reached on an E6 back in the third. Runner at second is Dalton Mayshore, who just drove in the third run. Hart delivers ball one on the outside corner. The lefty out of Illinois State University, teammate of the center fielder Ryan Cermak, out of Cedar Park, Texas. Previously at Wabash College before transferring to Illinois State. 1-0. Hart looks back at second and deals now to the plate. That one in the dirt gets away from Shell, and coming to third and advancing is Mayshore. So after he was into second with an RBI double, the wild pitch sees him advance to third. Now the fourth run for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, only 90 feet away. So the situation here, the largest deficit the Blues faced all season. They're going to have to come back here, but the setting perfect for it here at home with the crowd behind him on opening day. Jared Hart just 1 out away from retiring the side here in this fourth inning. Gillard looks in on the 2-0. 2 outs, top of the fourth. 3-0 Walnut Creek, and the lefty delivers. That one's hit over to first. Gets by Clarkston. That'll be another run. Finds its way into right field, and Gillard will head into second. Hard hit ball that got by TJ Clarkson found its way into right field, and another runner in scoring position. Another run scores for Walnut Creek. It's 4-0 now. Second straight double for Walnut Creek. Fourth run of the inning. Jared Hart, who was outstanding in his relief appearance back in game one of this 2021 season in Lincoln, California. Here comes Zach Tejero, who flew out to left in his first appearance in the third. He'll bat for the second consecutive inning now. Still 2 outs, top of the fourth. Now 4-0 Walnut Creek. Hart looks in and delivers a breaking pitch that finds its way onto the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Will be charged to Caden Sheedy. As Hart came in with the runner in scoring position. So
0-1 on to Tejero. Hart trying to get out of the jam. Deals out of the stretch. This one's lined into right again. Another base hit. Throw in from right to Trinka is cut off. Another run scores. It's 5-0 Walnut Creek. RBI single by Zach Tejero scores another run. And a fourth inning to forget for the Blues. They trail 5-0. Here's Sammy Esparza, the 9th batter of the inning. As they've now hit around, Sammy Esparza struck out in the last inning. Jared Hart now surrendering 2 runs of his own on an RBI double and single. Only 1 run earned. The other, Caden Sheedy, was responsible for. But Jared, the sophomore out of Illinois State, trying to get out of this jam still. Top 4, 2 outs, 5-0 Walnut Creek. First pitch is swung on and missed by Esparza. Esparza looks like he's wearing a jersey size that's about 2 sizes too big. And when he swings and misses, that thing's flopping in the wind. 0-1. Hart delivers low, ball 1. Count even now. Esparza, the shortstop.
3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 runs given up.
Trying to be, let's see here, the 7th straight man to reach and get the 7th straight hit of this inning for Walnut Creek. What an inning it's been for them. Hart delivers a strike. Count now 1-2.
Strike 2, count 1-2 to
See if the crowd gets behind Jared here as he's a strike away from getting out of this one. So the Walnut Creek Crawdads doing to the Blues what the Blues did to the Potters in the first 3 games this weekend. The 1-2 breaking ball is fouled away as Esparza stays alive. And that anxious feeling remains the same here for the crowd. They've seen the lead grow for 7 straight batters here. 6 straight, excuse me. Esparza the 7th straight. As the first 2 were, again, retired. Flyouts. 6 straight hits now. Have the lead at 5-0. Swung on and missed by Esparza. Hart gets out of the jam. But not before the Crawdads make their mark in the 4th. They score 5. They get their first 6 hits of the ball game. It results in 5 runs. The Blues trail for the first time all season without scoring first. It's their largest deficit of the season, albeit in the 4th game of this young 2021 summer. But it'll be their largest deficit, and they'll have to overcome it here on opening day at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back with you for the Blues bats in the bottom of the 4th. Thanks for hanging out.
Excuse me?
Same.
Yeah. Still Lula. Yep, still Lula. Holy hell. What the bottom of the...
Yeah.
Or top of the 4th inning.
Back with you at Sinsheimer Park here in beautiful San Luis Obispo, California. The Blues trailing 5-0 to the Walnut Creek Crawdads, who made their way down here. Our opponents from the CCL North lead us 5-0. Lead the Blues 5-0. Here comes Ryan Cermak, and a man that's more than capable of reaching. The talented center fielder flew out to center in his first at-bat. And Ula Iverson still out there for the Crawdads, now with a 5-run cushion, looking to deal with the Blues here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch onto Cermak is skied out to right center, hit very high, but out and under it is Ozawa Burns for the first out. A fly out to right, lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th.
Flies out to right field, flew out to center.
TJ Clarkson steps up now. He walked. One of 2 men walked in the bottom of the 1st. Now we'll bat 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Blues trailing 5-0 here on opening day, having to overcome their biggest deficit of the season. Iverson delivers a fastball in the outside corner, strike 1. So the Crawdads in the role of spoiler so far. Time called quickly.
Good discipline in the box again.
The situation, though, for the Blues, at least they aren't on the road. Did not face a deficit, anything like this on the road.
Looks like we're ready after
Only trailed by 1. Early in Game 3 against the Potters, trail by 5 here at home to the Crawdads. Looping breaking ball goes high for Iverson.
One out. Oh, count.
Swung on and missed by Clarkson. Count even now at 1-1.
It's 1-2 now.
Check that 1 and 2.
Iverson looks in and delivers the 1-2. That one's hit a mile high again, drifting out to left. And the on to make the play. I believe that was the third baseman, Werner. Another pop out. Clarkson pops out to third. And Mason Grotto now will step in for his second at-bat. He flew out to right in his first appearance. And the man who's been responsible has driven in 12 of the 37 runs the Blues have scored all season up until this point. Blues still without a hit and have only had the two men reach in the bottom of the first via walks. So Grotto leads things off here, takes a breaking ball in there for a strike as Iverson has been clean since then. Now in his fourth inning of work, looks in and deals with the Blues left fielder today, the 0-1. Fastball opposite corner, even now at 1-1. About an hour and a half through this one. Blues trailing, and Grotto looking to reach. 1-1. Breaking ball went over the plate. Now 1-2. 2 outs, bottom 4, 5-0 Crawdads. As the sun begins to set here and some shade dawns over right field and the infield, Iverson looks in and delivers the 1-2. That one's low, but taken for strike 3, and it's called. Grotto's down looking. The Blues go 1-2-3 as Iverson retires the side in the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth. Blues trailing 5-0. I'll be right back on the Blues Streaming Network.
Let's see who's got staying power as they come. All right, that's how you do it. And here's the timing. This thing is going to be awfully close. I'll let you decide which one of you actually reach for. Congratulations to both. Thank you for playing a lot of fun. You both did a Doc Bernstein ice cream coin. Big round of applause for our players. It's all about is baseball and family fun all around together here at Sunshine Stadium. 75 years of great baseball, the Blues. And it is last call to get your tennis balls. Tennis Warehouse tennis ball toss happens at the end of the fifth inning. Chance to win season tickets.
So a little bit of Kenny Loggins and Footloose bring us to the fifth inning now. Top 5, Crawdads up to bat. Jared Hart still out there for the Blues as San Luis Obispo trails 5-0 to the Crawdads of Walnut Creek, who made their way down here from the CCL Northern Division. 4 games of non-conference play so far for the Blues. They come in 3-0. Walnut Creek 5-2, 2-2 in conference play. Lost their last game to the Solano Mudcats. And here's Jared Hart delivering fastball high, 1-0 now. Working our way back to the top of the order now, it's Jordan Thompson, who has struck out and flown out to left field so far in this one. Back to the top of the order after the Crawdads sent all 9 hitters to the plate. This one's lined into left center. It'll get to the wall, and Thompson has himself a stand-up double to lead off the inning.
Here in the top of the 5th inning.
So Walnut Creek continues to rake here. It's a leadoff double for the center fielder, Jordan Thompson. And Tommy Rover will step in now with a runner in scoring position. No outs, top 5, 5-0 Walnut Creek. Jared Hart still out there, the lefty, delivering. Gave up 2 runs. 2 earned runs to his credit in the 4th. As Walnut Creek delivered 6 straight hits to take this 5-0 lead. Here's Jared Hart set to deal to Tommy Rover. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Rover batting from the right side of the plate here. 0-1 count. Hart looks in, gets the sign from Shell, and deals. That one's fouled off to the right side against the netting that protects the Blues dugout, and it's 0-2.
Straight towards the Blues. Count 0-2.
Five 5-0 Walnut Creek. Biggest deficit of the season so far for the Blues. Trying to come back here at home, but it starts with shutting down the Crawdads' bats, and Jared Hart tasked with doing so here in the top of the 5th. Swung on and missed by Rover, and he's set down on 4 strikes. 3 strikes, 4 pitches. First out of the top of the 5th. Crawdads still have that runner on second in the form of Jordan Thompson, who doubled. Rover strikes out swinging. Here comes Curran Ozawa Burns, who doubled in his last at-bat in the 4th. His double led off the 4th, and it would be followed by 5 straight hits, all of the RBI variety. Here's Jared Hart dealing to the right-hander. It's a fastball outside, 1-0. Ozawa Burns, right fielder, leading the team in batting average with a minimum of 20 at-bats. 455. 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a double. That double, his 6th extra base hit of the season. 3 doubles and 3 home runs to his credit in 2021. Here's the 1-0 from Hart. That one is breaking in there and fouled off. Count now 1-1. That runner still on at second. And Hart trying to limit the damage. Allowed 3 runs to score back in the 4th, 2 of which were earned. He inherited one from a runner on second that was left by Caden Sheedy. Here's the 1-1. Hart checks second. Comes off now as Thompson is forced to head back into second base as he had a healthy lead.
Stay 1-1. There's 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Crawdads now with 7 hits.
Ozawa Burns awaits the 1-1.
1-1 pitch. Runner fakes like he's behind.
That pitch again breaking in there. It's a pretty one out of his left hand. Count out 1-2. 1 out. Top of the 5th. 5-0 Crawdads. Blues have not had a base runner since the 1st inning. Swung on and missed. Has set down 2 straight on strikeouts. Both swinging. Here's Hayden Schott, who RBI singled in his last at-bat in the 4th. Drove in the first run. Got Walnut Creek off to the 1-0 lead, and then the rest is history. They tack on 4 more to make the deficit what it is now, but it all started with this man back in the 4th, and it can all end with him here in the 5th. Lefty on lefty here. Hart checks second and delivers the first pitch. That one breaks away. He's 3 for 3 on strikes with the breaking ball. He's ahead 0-1.
That's lefty throws right-handed. Plays his ball at Columbia. Seen some really smart guys in the CCL.
This one's lined to short and beyond the reach of Mercado. This will score another run. It's the second straight RBI single for Hayden Schott. It's 6-0 Walnut Creek. So Hayden Schott RBI singles in back-to-back innings to make the deficit now 6-0 for the Blues.
That ball just out of the reach of Ruben Mercado.
It was hit between Mercado and Samuelson. Even if Mercado was able to save it from going into the outfield, Schott would have been safe and the runners would have bet on the corners. Instead, it gets by him. It poked its way into left. Grotto fielded it. The throw home was cut off, and a 6th run scores. Here's Trevor Werner, who followed up with an RBI single of his own back in the 4th. 6-0 Walnut Creek. Man at second in the form of Hayden Schott, who just drove in that 6th run. Hart behind 1-0 on Werner.
Trevor Werner has a chance to do the same. Get an RBI double or a single rather. Top of the 4th, pitch to Werner.
Hart delivers inside and low, ball 2.
And it's ball 2. Werner finds himself ahead 2-0.
So as the lead increases for Walnut Creek, it becomes the largest deficit for the Blues on the season. Have not faced much adversity up until this point. Certainly facing it here today on opening day. Crowd behind them, but it's got to start somewhere. Runner takes off for second, and Shell could not make the transition from glove to hand cleanly enough to gun into second. So Hayden Schott has himself a stolen base. He heads into second now with a runner in scoring position now for the Crawdads, the 2nd stolen base on the season for Hayden Schott.
An RBI single, now stolen base. What's he trying to do? Be player of the game?
3-0. Trevor Werner awaits. Strike on the inside half, and it's now 3-1.
For the first strike of the at-bat to Werner. We count 3-1 with 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position, and this is what bit the Blues last inning. Is not being able to get the 3rd out.
Werner 1 for 2, strikeout and an RBI single. 3-1, fouls that one back. Count now full.
Count runs full 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crawdads lead 6-0 here at
6-0 Walnut Creek here at Sinsheimer Park in historic San Luis Obispo. Beautiful day, perfect day for baseball. And the Blues trying to give the fans something to cheer about here. 3-1, Hart to Werner. This one's hit deep out to right. Going back is Trinka to make the play and retire the side. It was actually a full count, 3-2 pitch that's sent into right. Trinka fields it for the 3rd out. Inning ends, but not before the Crawdads tack on one more. It's 6-0 Walnut Creek, and the Blues bats will have their chance to respond in the bottom of the 5th. Have not had a man reach base since the bottom of the 1st. We'll see if it is indeed Ula Iverson still out there for the Crawdads. It is. The lefty now, in his 5th inning of work, has only allowed 2 base runners, the 2 walks, surrendered in the bottom of the 1st. Those would prove to not do any damage. He has now set the Blues down 1-2-3 in 3 straight innings of work. He'll start his 5th here in a moment. I'm going to take a short break. Thanks for hanging out in the Blue Streaming Network.
Why is it just our point streak that's down? It's just
Coming to the plate now for the Blues. Crawdads take Samuel. Samuelson.
Welcome back to San Luis Obispo.
Bottom five, 6-0 Walnut Creek. Here's Tate Samuelson. Popped out to second in his first at-bat of the season. Rips this one into left. We'll see if it's fair. It indeed is. Tate Samuelson leads off the inning with a bang. He's into second with a stand-up double of his own. The first base hit for the Blues, and they get the leadoff man on the first pitch of the bottom of the fifth. And here come the Blues, and here comes this crowd. Ula Iverson surrenders his first hit, an extra base hit of the day. Third base runner of the day for the Blues, their first since the first inning. So welcome back to the Blues, Tate Samuelson. He doubles in his second at-bat of this 2021 summer season. Here comes Gianni Bloom. He's got some power in that bat. DHing today. Popped out to first in his first at-bat in the second. Chance to bat now with no outs. Bottom of the fifth. Runner in scoring position. And his team trailing 6-0. Iverson checks second. Now deals. His second pitch of the inning is a fastball in there for a strike. And Bloom's quickly behind 0-1. So Samuelson doubles to lead off the inning. First pitch he sees. He wastes no time. Here's the 0-1. Bloom takes a ball in the dirt. Now 1-1. No outs, bottom five. Blues finally get a hit. Now, in that bottom of the first, the two walks did result in runners eventually getting to second and third as Iverson balked. So they would advance both 90 feet, get to second and third. Now a 1-1 count to Gianni Bloom, who bats with Samuelson on second. Iverson delivers. Breaking ball does not loop over the plate. It's 2-1 now as Bloom gets ahead.
Samuelson doing a good job of hopping back and forth. Maybe like he wants to
2-1 count. Gianni Bloom, the righty, awaits the fourth pitch of the at-bat from Ula Iverson, the lefty. Fouled straight back. Count will be even at 2-2.
Count even at 2-2. So it took until the bottom of the fifth inning for the Blues to record their first tally in the hit column. So very good job by Ula Iverson and his battery mate, Mark Dillard, to keep this lineup to bed.
2-2.
2-2 pitch.
Low and inside. Gets away from Gallart, and Samuelson will gladly take third. Count now full at 3-2 on Bloom, but Samuelson advances to third. On the passed ball. Full count on Gianni Bloom. No outs. Bottom of the fifth. 6-0 Walnut Creek. The Blues have Tate Samuelson on third base. Ula Iverson deals. This one's popped up right field side and drifting out of play. We'll do it all over again. All eyes on the field now. Full count. Iverson looks in and gets the sign from Gallart. Payoff pitch, way outside. Gianni Bloom will gladly take a walk. The Blues get the first two men to reach on a double and a walk. And here comes Thomas Trinka.
Now walk. Quarter for the Blues. This is
So the Blues doing it with the bottom half of their lineup here. Samuelson doubles, Bloom walks, and here comes Thomas Trinka trying to disrupt what's been a solid outing so far from Ula Iverson. In his fifth inning of work,
right fielder.
fastball way outside, ball one.
Thomas Trinka takes outside.
Trinka,
ball one.
that batting average dipping just below 300 after he grounded out in the second.
Trinka Rounded out in the second inning, 4-3. That was a challenge for Tommy Rover. 1-0.
Fouled straight back. Took a healthy hack. Count even now at 1-1. No outs, bottom 5. 6-0 Walnut Creek. Blues trying to scratch for the first time here on opening day. Ruben Mercado due up after Trinca. 1-1 from Iverson. Healthy hack again from Trinca. Foul tipped into the glove of Gallart, and it's 1-2.
Contact off the end of the bat of Thomas Trinca. 1-2 count. Runners at the corners.
Fastball high. We've seen Iverson miss that pitch a number of times here. Now 2-2. Trinca not going to pull the trigger on that one, as it was up by his shoulders. Count even. No outs. Bottom 5. Runners on the corners for the Blues.
Small leads.
Here's the 2-2 from Iverson. Swung on and missed. Trinca did go for the fastball high. He strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the 5th, and here comes Ruben Mercado. Again, the first time all season we've seen the Blues trailing by this much. Now the first time these at-bats have real pressure. The bottom of the lineup trying to bring these men in to cut into the deficit, and it'll be up to Ruben Mercado, who grounded out to short in the bottom of the 3rd. Mercado shows bunt but pulls away. Ball 1.
Ball 1. We'll see if the bunt sign stays on. Kind of interesting with runners at the corners. But maybe just manager Bob Miller wants to break through and get a run on the board.
Mercado awaits the 1-0. Shows bunt again. Gets it over to 3rd. And the safety squeeze brings in a run for the Blues. Their first at home on this season. And of course, classic sayings of PA announcer Jim Niebert: when the Blues score, you score. They get their first run here, scratching now 6-1, and now Miller Lights are just $3 for the rest of the inning. Back to the top of the order now, and the business still at hand for Connor Costeca. Runner at second, 1 out, as head coach Bob Miller had the safety squeeze on. It worked, as third baseman Werner decided not to throw home, threw over to first to get the out. Mercado was out at first. Runner advancing to second in the form of Gianni Bloom. And Tate Samuelson, after his leadoff double and advancing to third on a passed ball, came around to score on the safety squeeze. 6-1 our score. Walnut Creek still leading. And here's Connor Costeca, who has walked and struck out so far. Bottom 5, Blues trailing by 5. Iverson's still out there, takes a look at second, and now deals. Fastball in the outside corner called for a strike. Costeca behind now 0-1.
One RBI this season. An opportunity to collect another. With 2 away, a runner on second, though.
Here's the 0-1.
0-1 pitch is
Hit high and drifting into foul territory, into the crowd. It's in the grass. The kids fight for it. One of them wins a souvenir. A Giants fan.
standing at second base. Game is kind of settled.
Count 0-1.
All teams here number 1 in the 5th inning.
0-2, my mistake.
6-1 here in the bottom.
Runner still at second, Gianni Bloom.
Pitch
Swung on and missed at a pitch away by Costeca.
For Ula Iverson as Costeca strikes out for the second consecutive time.
And with the strikeout of Costeca, that ends the inning. Blues able to get one more, their first of the season at home. It's 6-1 Walnut Creek through 5. Crawdads will look to tack onto that lead in the top of the 6th. I'll be right back with you on the Blue Streaming Network.
Two pitcher for the Blues.
Ryan Ward.
Yeah, Ryan Ward. He gave up 1 run. Or 2 runs.
The sounds of Pat Benatar and Hit Me With Your Best Shot bring us into the 6th inning now. It's Ryan Ward on to pitch for the Blues after Jared Hart surrendered 4 hits and 3 runs. 3 earned, that is. Top 6, 6-1 Walnut Creek. Blues able to strike and tack on 1. Now trailing by 5. It'll be up to Ward to keep the deficit at that for the Blues. And leading things off will be Dalton Mayshore for Walnut Creek. DHing today and batting from the right side. Ryan Ward with that cannon of an arm. Again, Coach Miller telling me at one point in college he touched 97. Looking to tame that power here and parlay that with some control. Ward delivers the heater in there. Foul tipped in the glove for strike 1. Mayshore has struck out looking and RBI doubled.
This guy even calls when he's going to be a half an hour late.
3-year winner.
So the 0-1 from Ward. No outs. Top 6. That one's fouled off to the right side. It's now 0-2. Top 6, 6-1 Walnut Creek. Blues struck in the 5th, but unable to tack on more. 0-2. Way high and over the head of Mayshore. And again, that heater, you got to duck out of the way. Now 1-2. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. So Ward comes in and gets a strikeout of Mayshore to start off the 6th. And here's Mark Gallart. He's been doing the catching today. He's reached twice on an E6 and RBI double.
job of Ryan Ward getting his first strikeout and his first opportunity on mound. I'll bring up Mark Gillard. Reached on an error.
Ward gets him to swing through the first pitch again. It's 0-1 now. On to Gallart doing the catching today.
Top of the sixth in a 6-1 ball game that the Crawdads lead over the Blues. Actually, in the second, he reached on an error, and he had an RBI double in the fourth. I'm going to say that a lot tonight. A lot of guys had RBI doubles in the fourth. Second pitch.
Low and inside, count even 1-1.
Even 1-1.
Count even. 1 out. Top 6. Walnut Creek by 5.
Pitch to Gillard.
Ward fastball high, 2-1.
Ball 2, 2-1. Gillard, the red shirt junior, played his high school ball over at Monroe Catholic. From Hayward, California, so he's playing his summer ball not too far away. The Crawdads playing in Moraga, and of course he goes to college at St. Mary's.
Way inside. Ball 3.
Inside, count 3-1. Gillard in the driver's seat. Ward sets and delivers. Good.
Fastball in there for strike 2. Count will be full.
Just have to run things full by Ward. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 1 away.
Gallart, who drove in the 4th run on the day for the Crawdads. Payoff pitch from Ward.
Payoff pitch.
Fastball inside and called for strike 3. Gallart does not agree with the call, but he'll be set down with a backwards K on the payoff pitch. Second out of the 6th. Here's Zach Tejero, who drove in the fifth run on the day for Walnut Creek. Has flown out to left, an RBI singled, and Ward quickly getting the first 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Keeping the deficit what it is, and it'll be back to the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Blues when we come back in the bottom of the 6th, but still 1 more out to get here. 1-0, Ward dealing to Tejero. Second pitch of the at-bat. Ryan gets him to hack at the fastball, not make any contact on the heater. Count even now 1-1.
Had the lead a little bit, 5-run ball game. Why not make it 6? Was his attitude on that swing. Count even at 1-1, 2 outs.
Swung on and missed again. That one foul tipped into the glove, and it's 1-2.
Count 1-2. And Ward looking to strike out the side.
1-2 from Ward. Way outside. That one gets away from Austin Shell behind the plate. Count even 2-2. Ward giving that fastball everything he's got and just getting away from him. Count 2-2. 2 outs. Top 6.
And Arrow calls the time. It's granted.
2-2 count.
And Darrell will step back into the batter's box. Righty lefty matchup.
Here's the 2-2 from Ward.
2-2 pitch.
Outside corner, strike 3 called. Ward, 3 strikeouts in his first inning of work. Sets him down 1-2-3. And the deficit remains at 5. Walnut Creek unable to reach in the 6th. Ward comes in and deals. Blues bats will come in now. Bottom 6, trailing by 5. We're live in San Luis Obispo. Temperatures cooling down as the sun is officially setting. Crowd still hanging out. Trying to see a Blues rally. We'll see what they've got for us in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks for hanging out on the Blues Streaming Network.
He will face number 23, Austin Shell.
New pitcher on for the Crawdads. We'll introduce you to him. Jace Root, lefty out of San Joaquin Delta College, a freshman born in Stockton, California. Celebrated a birthday back on the 1st. Comes in relief of Ula Iverson, whose day is done after 5 innings, only gave up 1 run in 5 innings of work, recorded 5 strikeouts, and only allowed 4 Blues to reach, only gave up 1 hit in the form of a Tate Samuelson leadoff double. And here's Austin Shell to lead things off for the Blues in the bottom of the 6th. Shell, who struck out and grounded out to second. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Batting average has now dipped below 500 for Austin on the season, but still what a year it's been. Root delivers a fastball that's fouled off the face mask of Gallart, and it's 0-1. Blues able to get the leadoff double from Tate Samuelson, who would eventually come around to score back in the 5th. Bottom of the 6th now, Shell trying to do damage. Second pitch he sees his way outside. Count now 1-1.
Shell struck out back in the 1st.
Root so far on this season, an ERA of just 1.5. He's been excellent in his time. That one's hit high and deep to right and foul beyond the Blues bullpen. Count 1-2. Root's only given up 4 hits on the season. 5 walks, however. The control is where he struggled. 1-2 on to Shell. Lined into center. It'll drop for a base hit. Austin Shell singles, and the Blues have the leadoff man on for the 2nd straight inning. So the man doing the catching today, able to single. And here comes Ryan Cermak. So Root, the 5th hit he's given up on this season. Here's the first pitch from Root. Inside corner, and Cermak takes it for a strike. It was a bit too inside for him to take a hack. And he takes for strike 1. Shell it on at first. No outs, bottom 6. Blues trailing 6-1. Blues, who got their only run of this one so far, as Cermak drills one deep out to left. This one's going back. Track, wall, off the wall. Unable to make the play, was shot. Looked like it might leave, but Cermak is in with a double. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Blues. Still no outs, bottom 6.
That just shows you the power of this San Luis Obispo lineup.
So the Blues go single and a double off the wall for Ryan Cermak. Here comes TJ Clarkson, 0 for 1 in this one with a walk and a pop out to 3rd. But the biggest at bat for the Blues so far in this one, 2 runners in scoring position with no outs, and Jace Root out of the bullpen. This is how the Blues greet him, and they're happy to see Ula Iverson out of the ball game, I guess. Here's TJ, awaits the first pitch from Root. Outside corner, fastball, nips it for strike 1.
Root gets his sign from catcher Mark Gallart.
0-1 now.
0-1 Clark.
Swung on and lined into right center. This will score a run, possibly 2. Throw in from Thompson is cut off. It's 6-3. A 2 RBI single for TJ Clarkson cuts the lead in half for Walnut Creek. They've greeted Jace Root out of the bullpen with a single, a double, and another single. 2-run score off that one, and a quick meeting of the minds on the mound between Jace and the pitching coach for the Crawdads. It's 6-3, Walnut Creek with the lead, but the Blues able to rally. Still no outs in the bottom of the 6th, and Mason Grotto arguably the hottest blue so far this season, is up. 12 RBIs for Mason so far, 4 extra base hits, and a batting average of above 500. Clarkson safe at first, just drove in 2, and here's Mason Grotto, who is seeing the fastball better than anyone right now. Root looks in and delivers. First pitch to Grotto. This one's hit into left center. Going back. That'll drop. That's at the wall. Grotto will be into second with a stand-up double. They've got runners on second and third again. Still no outs, bottom 6. Grotto with his 4th double of the season, 5th extra base hit, and here comes Tate Samuelson. Here come the Blues. 2 singles and 2 doubles. And now Tate Samuelson at the plate. Just joined the team today.
Crawdads don't want to hear in his last at bat in the 5th. He had a double.
Another righty on lefty matchup, and we'll see if the Crawdads are going to make a pitching change here. They've got one warming, a right-hander. Well, the lefty-righty matchup resulted in a double there with Mason Grotto. Jace Root has not recorded an out. That'll be it for Jace Root. Crawdads go to the bullpen as the Blues are coming back, storming back with runners on second and third. No outs, bottom 6. TJ Clarkson drove 2 in with an RBI single. Grotto doubles to get Clarkson to third. He stands at second. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher after this short break. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. Back to business as the Blues are storming back here in the bottom of the 6th. Ryan Ward came in, his inning of relief, struck out the side. And it was up to the Blues to cut into this lead. They've done so far, tacking on 2 on a 2 RBI TJ Clarkson single. Mason Grotto just doubled to get the runners at second and third. And here's Tate Samuelson to face the new pitcher for the Crawdads, Matthew Linsky. First pitch from Linsky, fastball low, count 1-0. Jace Root came in, did not record an out. Gave up 2 runs, responsible for the 2 men on base. He's on the hook for those, and Matthew Linsky trying to get out of this jam. Samuelson thinks twice and checks the swing. Ball 2.
Interesting, even though this is a game between 2 CCL teams, there are only 2 umpires in division.
Linsky behind 2-0 on Samuelson, doubled in his last at bat. Here's the 2-0. fouled straight back as Samuelson took a hack. 6-3 Walnut Creek. Blues have scored in back-to-back innings. One back in the fifth, two so far here in the sixth. Here's the 2-1 from Linsky. Samuelson takes a breaking ball high, count 3-1, and he's quickly ahead. 5 hits for the Blues, an error, and 3 runs so far.
Waiting on deck is the DH, Gianni Bloom.
And a massive at-bat here. 3-1. Samuelson fouls that one to the right side. Count will be full now, 3-2. Blues trying to storm all the way back here. It is indeed possible. They've looked like they're capable in this one. Seeing Jace Root extremely well. Seeing if they can get one off of Matthew Linsky, the right-hander in relief. Payoff pitch. Samuelson lines that one to short. It takes a hop, eats him up a bit. Throw on to first. What a throw it was. It was in time for the first out. But the Blues make it 6-4. An RBI ground out on the fielder's choice for Tate Samuelson. 6-4. Runner at second is Mason Grotto. And here's Gianni Bloom. So a 6-3 ground out and an RBI for Tate Samuelson, his first RBI of the season. And Gianni Bloom, who's 0 for 1 today, walked in his last at-bat. A chance to add to what has been now 3 runs scored in the bottom of the sixth for the Blues. 6-4. Linsky able to get that first out. Now dealing with Gianni Bloom, who takes a strike, 0-1.
That scored a 6-3 RBI. And a good job by Linsky coming in with 2 runners in scoring position and at least getting 1 out. Second pitch here. This is low.
That one in the dirt, and it's 1-1.
Able to make sure it doesn't get past him. Count 1-1. 1 out, bottom of the sixth, in a 6-4 game.
6-4 Walnut Creek. Mason Grotto at second and Gianni Bloom at the plate in a 1-1 count facing Matthew Linsky. Here's the 1-1. Bloom lifts this one out to left center. Going back is Thompson at the wall, makes the catch. And what a grab it was. Throw into second, keeps Grotto there. But a loud fly out for Gianni Bloom is the second out of the bottom of the sixth.
Very loud out number 2 off the bat of Gianni Bloom. And here comes Thomas Trinka. He struck out in the 5th inning. Yeah, really good job of the young man, Matthew Linsky.
Score remains the same at 6-4. And Thomas Trinka now at the plate. Linsky able to get the last 2 outs. Trinka, takes a hack. 0-1. Grotto still at second. He's been there the last 2 batters, both resulting in outs. Tate Samuelson grounded out, drove in a run. Gianni Bloom, the loud fly out to center. And here's Thomas Trinka, who struck out in his last at-bat. 0-1 count here. Matthew Linsky trying to protect what's now a 2-run lead for Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-1, low and inside, count even 1-1.
Pitch is inside but low. The ball 1, count 1-1, 2 outs. And Mason Grotto still at second, gets his lead. Linsky fires.
Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Trinka was taking the whole way. Now 1-2.
2 outs.
2 outs, bottom 6. Runner still on second for the Blues. They trail 6-4.
Still lead. And this inning really has threatened to get away from the Crawdads.
Here's the 1-2 from Linsky. Trinka swings at a pitch low and away. That does it for the inning. But not before the Blues tack on 3 more. They score 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and it's now 6-4. Walnut Creek still protecting that lead. So after the Blues go single, double, Tate Samuelson grounds out. Gianni Bloom flies out to center, and Trinka strikes up for the second straight inning. Score now 6-4. Walnut Creek leading. Their bats will step up, and Ryan Ward will still be out there to keep the deficit at 2 for the Blues. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you for the top of the 7th here on the Blues Streaming Network.
And hey, kids, if you'd like to participate in the Footloose Frenzy, head on over to the, not yet, not Footloose Frenzy, it's the 7th inning stretch. If you want to sing for the 7th inning stretch, come up here to the top of the steps,
Walnut Creek still leading 6-4, but the Blues have worked their way back in the past 2 innings, tacking on 4 runs. The first coming on the Ruben Mercado safety squeeze, that scored the first run. Coach Miller just opting for that one, trying to get on the board there. That's exactly what they do. They tack on 3 more off of Jace Root, who did not record an out. Ryan Ward, who struck out the side in his last inning, is still out there to protect the lead for the Blues. Sammy Esparza, who has struck out twice in this one, leading off the top of the 7th here in San Luis Obispo. Ward delivers way inside, count even now 1-1. A beautiful glow, pinkish hue in the sky as the sun sets over Sinsheimer Park. And the temperature gets a little cooler now. Temperatures in the high 70s, at first pitch. Esparza grounds this one to second. And Costeca has it easily onto Clarkson for the 4-3 ground out and the first out here in the 7th. Costeca onto Clarkson, and Esparza is now 0 for 3. Here comes Jordan Thompson as we work our way back to the top of the order. He has struck out, flown out, and doubled. And he's facing Ryan Ward, who has set down the first 4 that he's seen. Ward looks in and delivers the first pitch. Fastball low and away, 1-0. Walnut Creek, who got out to that massive lead, scoring 5 runs back in the 4th inning, tacking on 1 more in the 5th. Blues able to put out that fire momentarily, tack on 4 more to make it close again. Ward, a breaking ball in there for strike 1, count even now. Walnut Creek lost their last one in Solano. Mudcats beating them 8-7. Blues, of course, sweeping the Lincoln Potters to open this season. 1-1. Swung on and missed as Thompson reached down, and it's 1-2. And with the Crawdads, so far this season, they go as their pitching goes. It's been their offense today that's given the pitching a cushion. As large as 6 runs at one point, now only 2, and Ryan Ward out there to keep it that way for the Blues. 1-2, Ward way inside, and it's 2-2 now, getting the first out on the ground out to lead this one off. So both teams doing their damage in lengthy innings. Here's Ward, who looks in, shakes off the first pitch from Shell, and now they're on the same page. 2-2 from Ward. Broken bat. Hit to third. Samuelson comes on strong. Can't make the transition from glove to hand clean enough. And Jordan Thompson will single. Field single with one out here in the top of the seventh for Jordan Thompson. Here comes Tommy Rover, the second baseman, who has struck out twice and flown out to right. Crawdads still up 6-4 here on opening day in Sinsheimer Park. Capacity crowd, a lot of fans coming out for this one. It was a great atmosphere prior to first pitch. It's stayed that way, especially with the Blues coming back now. 6-4, and Ryan Ward deals. Rover shows bunt. It's popped up. Samuelson tries to come on and make a sliding grab. Throw into second, finds its way into the outfield. Runner will advance into third. The runners will be at the corners now. Some miscues by the Blues infield. It'll be an E1, an error on Ryan Ward as that throw to second found its way into the outfield. Second error of the game for the Blues. Runners at the corners now. That broken bat, Rover showing bunt, popped it up. Samuelson came on strong but couldn't make the sliding grab. There's still only one out in the top of the seventh. Curran Ozawa Burns is up to bat. Runners at first and third now. Crawdads still up by 2. Now with 10 hits on the day. Ryan Ward throws over to first. Clarkson grabbed it but was unable to tag out Rover, who just reached. Ozawa Burns lines one into left. This will score a run. It'll get to the wall. Rover with good speed will be into third, not go around to score. Ozawa Burns has a double, his second of the day. It's now 7-4 Walnut Creek.
7-4 now for the Walnut Creek Crawdads over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Crawdads bats. They've got a little bit quiet in the sixth.
So after 3 straight men reach, it's 7-4 now. Ward giving up his first 2 base hits of this one. Had recorded the first 4, or had set the first 4 men down. 3 strikeouts and a ground out. But now after back-to-back men reach first base, and a double by Ozawa Burns. Second one, he's lined to left, pulling that ball. Well, here's the man who's done a lot of damage in the form of Hayden Schott. He has RBI singled twice and stolen a base. First pitch on from Ryan Ward, who's still out there with runners on second and third for Walnut Creek. Delivers a strike in there. Still only 1 out, top 7. 2 runners in scoring position, and the score now 7-4. Crawdads with the lead.
Right.
0-1. Outside, ball 1.
Is outside. Now 1-1. Rover pacing back and forth over at third base. Ozawa Burns gets a small lead off of second. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Schott.
Schott fouls one back to the left side and out of the stands. Count now 1-2 as Ryan Ward works ahead. Schott with those RBI singles in back-to-back innings in the 4th and 5th, so he's 2 for 3. 2 runs scored. Those RBIs, numbers 6 and 7 for him on the season. The 1-2 gets him to swing and miss through that one. Shell has it, throws on to first to complete the strikeout. 4th so far for Ryan Ward, and the 2nd out here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, top 7. 7-3 Walnut Creek. 7-4, excuse me. 7-4, and here's Trevor Werner. Also done some damage. Drove in the 2nd run of this one on an RBI single. He's 1 for 3 today. That RBI for Werner makes it a team-leading 9th on the season for him in Walnut Creek. Ryan Ward, 1 out away from completing his 2nd inning of work. Fastball down and away, 1-0.
Ward has his sign, pauses, and delivers.
Breaking ball, nips the outside corner. Count now 1-1. Ward mixing in the off speed with his gas.
1-1.
That fastball he loves to throw. Count even. 2 outs, top 7. Runners still on second and third, mind you. Walnut Creek has already struck once. Trying to strike again. Ward way inside. Count now 2-1 as Werner works ahead.
Count 2-1.
And it's 7-4.
Over. Bring me home, Warner. Bring me home.
2-1. Werner awaits from Ward. Hit hard to third, and Samuelson has to dig it out of the dirt, but can't make a play. Saved it from going into the outfield. It'll be another run. Trevor Werner with another RBI single, that one in the infield, and it's 8-4. Walnut Creek has gotten 2 back.
That's an example there of hard hit balls. That's how you want to hit the ball very hard, even if it is right at.
Second run, Ryan Ward has surrendered. Third hit so far. Fourth, excuse me. Got 4 strikeouts mixed in with his 1 2/3 innings of work so far, and now has to get through Dalton Mayshore to end the inning, who has struck out twice and driven in a run on an RBI double. First pitch way high, gets away from him. Shell has to dig this one out. Play onto the plate. Another run will score. Wild pitch from Ward results in the run coming in to score from third, and it's 9-4.
And the Crawdads lead by 5 once again. So they led by 5 earlier. It was 6-1.
So as the Blues were able to make this thing 6-4, a chaotic top of the 7th has seen them now tack on 3 more.
Wild pitch.
Or 2 more, excuse me.
And Mayshore
9-4.
nearly hit by the 1-0 pitch. Count 2-0.
2-0 on Dalton Mayshore. That fastball just really high out of Ward's hand. Sailed over his head, and Shell had to go to the backstop to grab that one. Run scored in the process. Throw over to second, trying to pick him off, and he's safe. It's a good pickoff move by Ward. 9-4 Walnut Creek. Still 2 outs, top 7. And Dalton Mayshore in a 2-0 count.
That's still 2-0 to Dalton Mayshore. Dancing going on back there at second base. 2-0 pitch. Mayshore takes. Thought about swinging.
Now 3-0.
Now offer, and the count runs 3-0. 3 balls,
yeah.
no strikes, 2 outs.
Mayshore doing the DHing today. Awaits a 3-0 with a runner on second for Walnut Creek. Ward, outside corner fastball nips it, 3-1.
Outside corner. Now 3-1. A rough inning for Tate Samuelson. There was the bunt that he could not make the play on, went into a slide. And
Full count.
Hit ball at him.
Hit foul.
First one to go by Warner. That pitch fouled away. Count 3-2.
Count full, 2 outs, top 7.
Ryan Ward will be up for the strikeout.
Season attendance 887 folks.
Striking distance as Crawdads lead.
Mayshore awaits a payoff pitch from Ryan Ward. Runner takes off for third. It's in the dirt. It's ball 4. So Mayshore will take a walk.
Third on the drop ball as well. Good heads up.
In the process, Werner stole third. So Dalton Mayshore walks. Still 2 outs, top 7. 9-4 Walnut Creek. And here's Mark Gallart now.
Seventh man that the Crawdads have sent.
Ward trying to get out of what's been a lengthier top 7 than he anticipated. Crawdads tacking on some more. First pitch is low. Throw on to first. Got him to end the inning. Mayshore was taking a healthy lead over there. Shell was aware, gunned over there to get him for the third out. Crawdads make it 9-4, lead by 5. They tack on 3 in the inning. Blues bats coming up, bottom 7. Thanks for hanging out on the Blue Streaming Network. I'm going to take a short break.
Yeah, number 12. I'm not sure if that's leadoff or not.
Yeah. Costello. Nick Costello. He's coming in for Mercado?
Yeah. He's coming in for Mercado. 12 for 1. Yep. Nick Costello.
Welcome back to a
Same
9-4
pitcher out
ball game, the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, it is.
Crawdads lead it after scoring 3.
Bottom 7 now.
The 7th.
9-4. Walnut Creek tacked on 3 in their top of the 7th. And pinch hitting for Ruben Mercado is Nick Costello, who takes a strike. Same pitcher out there for the Crawdads. Matt Linsky.
Costello listed as an outfielder on the
Costello, no hits yet on the season, has reached on a walk. Takes 1-1.
Ball one, so count 1-1. To the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. Nick Costello from Pleasanton.
Takes high again, 2-1.
Ball 2. Played his high school ball at Dublin High. So he probably knows the good food spots in Dublin, places like Los Pericos, very good burritos and tacos.
High again, ball 3. Costello leading off the inning, pinch hitting for Ruben Mercado. Played shortstop today, drove in a run on a safety squeeze. And after him, we'll work our way back to the top of the order. 3-1, Linsky onto Costello. Takes high again. Costello will take a walk and take first base.
The kid out of Dublin coming off the bench.
So Connor Costeca will bat with a runner on first.
Appearance of the night. And Clark will walk out.
The third consecutive inning that the Blues have brought the leadoff man to first base. Or on base, excuse me. In the 5th, it was Samuelson's double. In the 6th, a single from Shell. And now a walk from Costello. So Matt Linsky, who limited the damage to just 3 runs for the Blues back in the 6th, has walked Nick Costello. And here comes Connor Kosteka.
He does have the
Scored 9-4, Walnut Creek.
opposite-handed advantage going for him right here.
High again, gets away from Gallart, and taking second is Costello.
And Costello is in second. Clark did get a glove on it, but wasn't able to control the ball. Fastball there.
Runner in scoring position now for the Blues as Costello advances.
At the bottom of the 7th inning.
1-0 to
Costello
Kosteka.
gets his lead off of second. Here's the pitch.
Shows bunt
Shown.
and takes a strike.
And
1-1 now.
he did not pull the
9-4, Crawdads lead.
Strike on Connor Kosteka. And we'll see if the bunt sign holds here.
We'll see how many
Blues.
the Blues can claw back. 1-1. Connor awaits. Way inside, ball 2.
Inside for ball 2. Count 2-1 with nobody out. Crawdads leading 9-4. Bottom of the 7th.
Walnut Creek, 12 hits. The Blues just 5 so far. Fouled straight back. Count even at 2-2. Kosteka has walked and struck out twice.
Wind still gusting out to left field. But the temperature has dropped
2-2.
right around 70. And the 2-2 pitch. 2-2
This one's
pitch
popped up to center softly, and
back
Thompson
to the
is
handle, and that does not get down as Esparza is able to track it. Over,
he's drifting to center. Thompson didn't come on. Instead, the shortstop Esparza came on to record the out as Kosteka pops out to short. First hit for the bottom of the 7th. First out in the bottom of the 7th, excuse me. Costello still at second, and here comes Austin Shell.
Austin Shell, the catcher.
Singled in his last plate appearance in the last inning.
Singled to center.
1 for 3 on the day.
Struck out in the
Doing the
first
catching today, and
and grounded out in the 3rd.
meeting of the minds on the mound now.
Second base, and maybe some crossed wires here. So missed signals between pitcher and catcher. So Martin takes the jog out, conversing with Matthew Linsky. And whatever the issue is sorted out. And we'll get back underway.
Linsky and Gallart getting on the same page, pitcher and catcher. 1 out, bottom 7, Nick Costello, who walked to lead off the inning, found his way into second. And here's Austin Shell. Righty on righty.
First pitch. First pitch to Shell.
This one's fouled straight back. 0-1.
Straight back. Probably strike 1 to Austin Shell. Waiting on deck is the dangerous Ryan Cermak.
Don't forget tomorrow,
Cermak entered this contest.
0-1. Linsky taking his time in this at-bat.
Does have a double
Looks
play.
over at second and deals. Shell takes a swing and
missed.
doesn't make contact. It's 0-2.
Austin Shell.
1 out, bottom 7, 9-4 Walnut Creek here on opening day.
At second base,
Now opening night
Costello.
at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Temperatures cooling down by a lot. Slight breeze, and
Pitching.
Austin Shell in a key at bat. 0-2. Linsky deals way outside for ball 1.
Outside, count 1 and 2 to Austin Shell. And Iverson was able to go 5. Chase Root did get into hot water. He was not able to record it out. But Matthew
Linsky taking his time and gets the sign from Gallart.
and calm things back down.
Fouled off again. Third time Shell's done that in this at-bat. Has not looked at a strike.
Outside the confines of Sinsheimer Ballpark. Count holds at 1 and 2. Still 1 out.
Nick Costello still awaiting at second base in scoring position. 9-4 Walnut Creek. Bottom 7, 1 out. Here's Austin Shell.
Get closer in a 5-run ball game.
Throw over to second. Pickoff attempt. And Costello wasn't even off second by a lot, but they'll throw over there to check on him. And
Set. But got away with that. When it fully paused. And Esparza may have not been ready for that. As he came over and had a few words with the young pitcher.
Linsky taking his time, and now we'll look into Shell. Delivers the 1-2. Austin swings and misses at that one for the second out here in the inning.
And a swing and a miss from Austin Shell. And he sits down.
Here comes Ryan Cermak. After the Blues got the leadoff man on, that was Nick Costello in his pinch hitting effort. He walked, found his way into second. Connor Kosteka popped out to short. Austin Shell strikes out. And here's Ryan Cermak, who doubled in his last plate appearance. Linsky deals into the righty, way inside. Cermak has to get out of the way of that one. And that'll wake you up.
Cermak has to move out of the way. 1-0. Maybe Linsky telling him take a few steps off the plate, my friend.
1-0 to Cermak.
Pitch to Cermak is a fastball.
Taken inside for a strike. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. With Costello at risk of being stranded on second base.
Here's the 1-1.
1 pitch.
Cermak
Swung on miss.
took a healthy hack, didn't make contact, and it's 1-2. 2 outs, bottom 7.
Cermak. His eyes lit up on that high fastball. Could not connect. Count 1-2.
If he's able to reach, it'll be TJ Clarkson due next.
Here is the 1-2 delivery.
But Linsky
from Linsky.
delivers the 1-2.
Swing and a
And
miss.
Cermak
Strikeout.
swings away.
Linsky able to
Second straight Blue to strike out in the inning. That's the third out, and through 7, it remains 9-4. Blues get the leadoff man on, but unable to capitalize. That'll do it for the 7th. We'll work our way back to the top of the 8th. And the Crawdads bats. It's the home opener here for the 2021 CCL season of the San Luis Obispo Blues, their 75th season, and we're happy to have you with us. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with you for the top of the 8th on the Blues Streaming Network.
For the San Luis Obispo Blues is Daniel Barrera, number 31, the right-hander. Ryan Ward able to go 2 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1.
New arm on the mound for the Blues, and we'll introduce you to him. It's Daniel Barrera, right-hander, freshman out of the University of Pacific, hometown of Chino Hills, California, attended Damien High School. And Daniel will come in with the Blues trailing by 5, top of the 8th now, and the Crawdads trying to tack on more. 9 runs on 12 hits today.
He's going to be led off. Was thrown out at first.
First pitch away, ball 1.
Outside, so that's the first pitch for Daniel Barrera tonight, and it's a fastball. I don't get it. Count 1-0 to Gillard. Crawdads leading 9.
Gillard, who was up to end the top of the 7th, but
Second pitch.
after a man getting picked off, he'll remain up now. New at bat and a new count at 1-1 as Daniel Barrera gets the count at even. Gets the count even at 1-1. Gillard, RBI double, strikeout, reaching on an error, takes strike 2.
They were talking about how many foul balls land here in this lawn area that is right before the seats. That's got to be 7 or 8. That's just the ones that the fans can go get.
It's that one out to center. Cermak coming on,
Center fielder moving back.
making the play. First out is a fly out for Mark Gillard. Flies out to center.
To start off the top of the 8th inning.
Here's Zach Tejero, first baseman today, also driven in a run with an RBI single. Struck out looking in his last at-bat. His team leading 9-4. And if the Blues do not give up any more, they'll have 6 outs to come up with 5 runs. Try to come back in this one. Won't be easy, and it starts now with setting the Crawdads down. 1-0. Outside corner, now 2-0. Barrera now behind.
To Tejero. Barrera getting inside.
Here's the 2-0.
2-0 pitch.
Doesn't nip the outside corner. Now 3-0.
Count 3-0.
Tejero ahead and in control.
After getting a fly out against the first base is that
3-0.
walking Tejero. 3-0 pitch misses high, and that is
It's a walk.
on ball. So Tejero, take your base. And here
So after the walk of Tejero, here's Sammy Esparza, has struck out twice and grounded out to second. Lines this one to short. Costeca on to Costello to try and turn the 6-4-3. They get one, but they do not get the out at first as the speedy Sammy Esparza is safe. There's 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. Runner still on first base. So defensive changes for the Blues. Costeca Costeca moves over to short, made that play. Ryan Fenn is in playing second. That pitch is away, and it's 1-0 back to the top of the order and Jordan Thompson. So they get 1 out, attempting the 6-4-3, only able to get the out at second. 2 outs now, top 8. 9-4, Walnut Creek leads.
getting in front of it. 2 away. Top of the 8th inning. Crawdads lead 9-4.
Runner taking off for second, throw in. Fenn trying to put the tag down in time. So that'll end it. What a throw it was, and they're able to gun the man at second trying to steal. Ryan Fenn applying the tag. Blues bats up. There's work to do, trailing by 5. I'll be right back with you for the bottom of the 8th here on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks again to some of our great sponsors, Studio 2G Architects, Taylor Pacific, Dennis Warehouse, Trophy Hunters, Tribune, Tin City, my Fabulous Line, and Ultrex Business Products. Sponsoring that hole out there for years.
Okay, so Costello.
Here we are in the bottom of the 8th. The Blues trailing by 5. Our score 9-4. Walnut Creek Crawdads tacked on 3 in the top of the 7th. Blues would not get any. Top of the 8th, Crawdads don't get any. And here the Blues trying to come back here. They've got 6 outs to do it. Bottom 8 and TJ Clarkson to lead things off. Facing still Matt Linsky out there for the Crawdads. TJ takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
On the outer half for strike 1. Crawdads lead 9-4.
Linsky, a freshman out of Humble, Texas. 0-1 on Jay Clarkson manning first base. He's done that all season, and he's done it well. Here's the 0-1. TJ takes high, ball 1.
And remind folks that the beer wagon and the beer tent closed at the top of the
No
ninth.
substitutions other than on the mound for Crawdads. One has been made for
Here's the 1-1.
that is SLO, pitch hit for Crawdads.
Outside, ball 2.
Shortstop. That pitch misses outside. Count 2-1. To Trey Clarkson. Clarkson had a 2 RBI single in the 6th.
2-1 now. Clarkson ahead.
And
Linsky steps off and
looks like
takes
Linsky
time.
Steps off and wants to go back through the signs again, waving his hand in a circle motion.
Clarkson, 2 RBI single. That made things interesting back in the 6th before the Crawdads tacked on more. 9-5, 2-1. Here's TJ taking high, ball 3. And the Blues in a position yet again to get the leadoff man on for the last, they've done that the last 3 innings.
Trying to secure the win here, and
Bottom 8, trailing by 5. No fan has left. Everyone's sticking around to try and see what would be an amazing comeback. Fastball in there, count full, 3-2.
Make the count full at 3-2.
TJ again leading the team in batting average coming into this one. Having a few less at-bats than the at-bat leader, but still doing his job and leading the team in slugging percentage. Takes ball 4. Takes a walk. And just what the Blues need. Here's Mason Grotto, whose middle name has been RBI so far. We'll see if that trend continues in what is now a key at-bat. And, of course, a key bottom of the 8th if the Blues look to come back. A walk lead things off for Clarkson. His 2nd walk of the day. And his 3rd walk of the season. Grotto lines this one back to Linsky. He throws into 2nd to get Clarkson out. Grotto will be safe. They get 1 out. So Grotto reaches on the fielder's choice. Clarkson's out at 2nd. There's 1 out now. Situation remains the same with the runner at 1st and the Blues trailing by 5.
Thought Linsky had a chance for 2. Catch the ball cleanly off the hop on the pitcher's mound.
Fielder's choice. Grotto gets to 1st. And here is Tate Samuelson set to have his 4th at-bat. He has reached once on a double and driven in 1 on a ground out. And his walk-up song, a little bit of the Zach Brown Band and Chicken Fried. It's a good one. Runner at 1st is Mason Grotto now. 1 out, bottom 8. Blues trailing 9-4. And Tate Samuelson facing Matt Linsky. Grotto lined that one all the way back to Linsky, and he was able to throw on to 2nd effectively. Delivers. This one's thrown back to 1st. But Grotto's safe. He had a healthy lead over there. Tejero able to get back over there to at least field it and stop it from going into the outfield. So Tate Samuelson has seen 1 pitch. It's been a ball, and Golart, who's doing the catching for the Crawdads today, gunned over to 1st. All for naught. Here we are. Runner on, and Tate Samuelson in a 1-0 count, awaiting the second pitch from Matt Linsky.
With one away and one runner aboard. 1-0 pitch.
Takes way inside, and it hit him. Samuelson gets plunked, and the Blues will have a runner on first and second now. Well, what's been so interesting is the Blues had a couple guys get plunked. TJ Clarkson was hit twice in a game in Lincoln. Tate Samuelson now will reach after being hit. So a walk led things off. Clarkson was thrown out at second. Grotto reaching on a fielder's choice, and now a hit by a pitch. Tate Samuelson now is on first base. Runners on first and second for Gianni Bloom. Bottom 8, Blues trailing 9-4.
Yeah. 2 out in the 6th to center. He has a runner in scoring position. First pitch to Bloom.
Bloom takes strike one.
Strike one. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out.
When you look at the Crawdads' offensive numbers, their guys in 7 games have been hit by a pitch 20 times. Now reversing it and hitting Tate Samuelson. 0-1. Bloom takes pitch outside, ball 1. So 2 on, on first and second in the forms of Mason Grotto and Tate Samuelson. Gianni Bloom at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Blues trailing 9-4.
Third pitch to Bloom coming your way.
Bloom takes a big swing and miss. It's 1-2 now.
Good pitch.
Bloom, who's only hit on the season. Let me make sure I got this right. It is a double. He's walked so far in this one. 0-2 on the day. Doing the DHing and is a more than formidable catcher. Of course, Austin Shell manning those duties today. Would not be surprised to see those two switch roles throughout the season. The 1-2 runner takes off for third. He'll be safe. Bloom strikes out swinging. Oh, they're going to say it was foul tipped. But still out is Gianni Bloom. Wait. Help me out here. You still up?
Foul tip, strike 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that going to be a foul tip?
Interesting.
Gianni's still standing. Gianni Bloom, that is, still standing around the back.
We'll get this sorted out for you. So just to clarify, Gianni Bloom foul tipped a strike 3 into the glove of Mark Gallart. That is the second out of the bottom of the second now. But with Mason Grotto stealing third in the process, runners are at the corners, 2 outs, bottom 8. Score remains the same at 9-4. And Thomas Trinka up now in what has become the biggest at-bat for the Blues. So Bloom is the second out via a strikeout. That first out coming on the fielder's choice hit by Mason Grotto that found him safe. He's now safe at third. And Samuelson's at first. 1-0, way inside, 2-0. Oh, my mistake.
No strikes and 2 outs. The bottom of the 8th, where the Crawdads lead 9-4.
Pinch hitting. Excuse me, it's not Thomas Trinka. It's Ryan Fenn up there taking strike 1. He came in to play second base. Now batting, his first at-bat of this one. Fenn in a 2-1 count with runners at the corners. And Matt Linsky trying to get that key third out and not let the Blues get any closer. Fenn fouls one straight back. Count even 2-2. 2 outs, bottom 8. 9-4 still our score. And with runners at the corners, Fenn trying to make his mark. Pinch hitting for Thomas Trinka. Fenn, who started at second base in the first 2 games in Lincoln, did not play in Game 3. Now in Game 4, An enormous at bat. 2-2. Fouls another one off and stays alive.
Just past the dugout of the Blues.
Thomas Trinka, who finished the day 0 for 3. Fenn now his first at bat, pinch hitting here.
The bottom of the batting order.
Biggest at bat of the night for the Blues. It's now or never. Bottom 8, 2-2, 2 out, 2 men on. Linsky delivers.
2-2 pitch.
Fenn hits one foul
over near the first base line.
beyond
Count will stay at 2-2.
the right field line. It was foul behind Zach Tejero, who's manning that base today. So Fenn stays alive in what's become a battle at the plate now. It's Matt Linsky versus Ryan Fenn. 9-4, Walnut Creek.
2-2 to Fenn.
High ball 3, count will be full.
Looks like Linsky just wasn't able to get on top of it. And count is full. To the pinch hitter,
Ryan Fenn will await the payoff pitch. Runners at first and third, 2 out, bottom 8. 9-4, Blues trail. Here's the payoff pitch. This one's hit over to second. Rover has it. Play on to first in time. Side retired. And 2 men are indeed stranded. 1 and runners on first and third will not come around to score. Ryan Fenn has a battle at the plate, but grounds out to second. And our score remains the same. 9-4 Walnut Creek. That does it for 8. The Blues will have one more chance to keep it that way in the top of the 9th and then hope for a miracle finish in the bottom half of this inning. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back with you for the top of the 9th. Thanks for hanging out on the Blues Streaming Network. Top of the 9th here at Sinsheimer Park. Blues trailing 9-5. Zach McCleave out of the Blues bullpen, trying to keep it that way. Zach, the big right-hander, deals sidearm delivery for ball 1. Defensive changes. Nick Costello heads into right as Ryan Fenn pinch hit for Thomas Trinka, and Kosteka moves over to short. This one's hit softly to Kosteka at short. Quick out. 2 pitches and 1 out for Zach McCleave.
Yeah. 33.
So Jordan Thompson pops up. Or hold on here. Yeah, Jordan Thompson pops out to short.
And here is Seth Dardar,
Here's Seth Dardar. Pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for the second baseman, Tommy Rover. Dardar,
Stecca, who was playing second base, is now at shortstop, and Ryan Fenn.
350 batting average,
We got that
7
up.
RBIs.
Pitch to Dardar.
Take strike one on the outside corner, count 1-1. Zach McCleve,
Count 1-1.
this kid is hilarious. He's the type of guy that on the road trip, everyone was meeting each other, and there was always a group of guys around Zach, and they were either laughing. He's a great storyteller. He had everyone laughing, honestly. Just an outstanding sense of humor. Loves to make people laugh. Really good storyteller.
Sidearm, 3/4 delivery.
1-2 from McCleve.
This is well, Utah 1-2 pitch.
2-2. Definitely a glue guy for this team. Comes out of the bullpen, does his job, does it well. Had one appearance up in Lincoln for the team. Drove here, lives with the host family. Lives with TJ Clarkson. They share the same host family.
2-2 pitch. 1 out.
2-2.
Top of the ninth. Here it is.
Both are teammates at Utah. So that made it easy.
The pinch hitter, Seth Dardar. Payoff pitch to Dardar. Let's see what happens. This is
Matt Sox, Zach McCleve, and TJ Clarkson all out of the University of Utah as McCleve walks Dardar. So after a pop out to short, Dardar takes a walk. McCleve has recorded the 1 out. Blues trailing by 5 in the top of the ninth. Here's Ozawa Burns.
Dardar gets his lead off first. First pitch to Ozawa.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Down the pipe for strike 1.
Ozawa Burns has doubled twice in this one, struck out twice in this one. He's driven in 1 run.
Start off the southern portion of this